Broadway, Nashville style, bright lights, big stage, and today on this Broadway, no Alexander Hamilton here, but we do have Washington, as in PJ Washington of the Kentucky Wildcats. And this Tennessee's Williams has authored back-to-back Player of the Year awards. Last year, these two met on Championship Sunday.
The Cats are the champions of the SEC tournament for the 4th year in a row.
Today, only one will advance to the final act in Nashville. And it's time to pull back the curtains. What an atmosphere, energy and electricity at the SEC semifinals here in Nashville, Tennessee, home of the SEC Tournament Championship. We got blue and orange today, Tennessee and Kentucky. And once again, both teams in the top 10 fighting for a lot today, beyond just a chance to get into the SEC Tournament Finals. And you can see the colors that are on display. And for a game this size, between these two teams, with Auburn waiting the winner, this is a definite stage for Dick Vitale, who joins me now. Laura Rutledge will catch up to us in just a second. You got a lot here, baby. You got a #1 seed. You got supremacy in this conference. You got take 3. Both teams have won 1.
Well, there's a lot at stake, as you said, Carl. The environment's unbelievable. It's electric. It's been that way in a lot of games this year in the SEC. Should be no different right now. You got Tennessee, a team with a lot of veterans, experience. You got Kentucky on the other side. Young team, but a very talented team. They each split 1-1. This is 2 out of 3, baby. This is the showdown. Tennessee, Kentucky. It doesn't get better, baby.
It doesn't get better than Grant Williams. The last 2 years, the Player of the Year in the conference. The first since the big, nasty Corliss Williamson did that. He's a special dude.
He's a really special player, combining certainly with Schofield. Give him a great tandem inside. But Grant Williams so versatile. He can step away. He drives, uses either hand, and he can get to the free throw line, make threes, and he wants the ball at clutch time. He's a solid goal, PTP, prime time performer.
The stage will not bother Grant Williams. It will not bother the kids from Kentucky. This is a more mature Kentucky team than we're used to seeing. As Tyler Hero gets introduced with Grant Williams, and the place continues to go crazy. Laura Rutledge has more on what should be a dynamic day for us.
Ravi, as if anybody needed any extra motivation for this game, Tennessee may have a little extra edge when it comes to that category, and that's because of what Grant Williams and Admiral Schofield said yesterday. They said when they took on Kentucky the first time, February 16th, they felt like Kentucky didn't really respect them. Of course, Tennessee was the #1 ranked team in the country at that point, and Kentucky dominated them. Admiral said they shouldn't have respected us in that game, but they think maybe that respect level has risen a little bit. Still, they said we think that that will prove very important for us today, knowing that we have that chip on our shoulder. Whether it's real or not, Kentucky said, hey, we respect Tennessee like no other, but we'll see if that ends up being a factor. Either way, PJ Washington will be a factor for the Wildcats, and he caught up with Jimmy Dykes to break down some of his film in our production truck.
PJ, let's break down a couple of your plays from this season. This is against Vanderbilt, and you're on the right block.
As soon as the ball was passed to me, I had to first scan the floor and see how many people were on me, and see which one of my teammates were open. And then if I seen the lane, I was going to take it, and I just took it, and I got to my left hand.
Yeah, good job on that right shoulder, left jump hook. Another play against Vanderbilt.
This play is designed for me to get to my right hand, and I felt like the double came really fast, so I just tried to find an open man, and then fortunately it was Nick, and he got a hand one off that play.
Good luck in this tournament.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, he's feeling a little more comfortable now than he did in that production truck. He's got his uniform on, and PJ coming off a very balanced game yesterday. 10 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 blocks. The X factor in all this very well could be not PJ or Keldon or Tyler. It could be Reed Travis, who is back in this game, and will be a body that Williams and Schofield and Alexander are going to have to deal with.
You know, Carl, I was talking to Rick Barnes a little while ago. He said we must keep Travis active. We must make him move. We can't allow him defensively just to clog up the lane. So I look for them to get movement. I think one of the key matchups in the game will be Bone and Higgins. Sure. Bone went wild in the second game. Was 5 for 5, making threes, dominated the game, had 27 points. Higgins has to really rise here and defend and try to contain Bone.
Feels like a final game. Feels like an NCAA tournament championship game inside this building right now.
Well, we saw that last night on ESPN. The great game, certainly tremendous performance by Zion Williamson was unbelievable. But this is an atmosphere that's special as well. Blue and orange everywhere, Carl.
It's Lamonte Turner who picks up Ashton Hagans to start this game. Hagans will shoot first. Knock down a free ball.
That's a big plus when he's making threes. That's a big plus for his game because he can defend, handle the ball. A little bit questionable as a long-range shooter.
Admiral Schofield had one of the highlights of the day yesterday on SportsCenter with his slam dunk. Pete Williams and Alexander on the top. Look out for Jordan Bone.
I think he likes that Kentucky uniform. He went 5 for 5 in that game when they dominated Kentucky.
Yeah,
and remember this, Kentucky dominated certainly Tennessee when they played them in a full cast in Lexington.
Sure did. Tyler Hero's stock keeps going up and up as Keldon Johnson gets the one to go off the window with the left.
I agree with you, Carl. Hero was great shooting the ball, but he and Johnson complement each other so well at the wing slots. Not many tandems better than Schofield and Williams. The only one I think is better is down there at Durham. Barrett and Zion.
Yep. Schofield, and boy, both teams showing no signs of any nerves.
Sat with his mother last night. She came over for a picture. She said, you know, Admiral's my son. And she had another son with him. Looks like he's going to be a player, a young high school kid.
And a Super Bowl champion for an older brother.
Yep.
P.J. Washington straight away. Oh, wow. How big is this bucket right now?
What a big matchup that is. P.J. and Grant Williams. Look, Grant trying to post inside. Spin it all over. Oh, there's some contact in the lane.
Schofield, soft kiss, no good. Kyle Alexander tips it up and in.
He's like one of those guys, doesn't get a lot of publicity, knows his ability, block shots, hang around the basket, good offensive rebound. These teams have come to play, man. There's a lot of intensity and emotion on that floor.
Washington too strong. Hey, Jimmy Dykes is going to join us periodically throughout this telecast, and he's got some insight into what Rick Barnes' last few words were to his team.
Yeah, looking at the whiteboard in Tennessee's locker room, the last 3 things he wrote down: intensity over emotion. And Dick, you're talking about the emotion in the building, but Rick Barnes saying you have to not play through emotion, it's intensity. How hard, how tough, how hard are you willing to fight in this game was a final message to his guys in orange.
Well, let me say this. If you don't come to play the game like this, you don't belong in a uniform. You don't belong in a uniform.
Grant Williams draws a foul. Reed Travis. And John Calipari early on making his voice heard.
He thought he was leading in. John's tight today. I tell you what, they can see it. He really wants this game. He is focused big time.
Grant Williams too strong.
Think about it. What's at stake? If you become the #1 seed here by winning this tournament, you go maybe to Louisville. And that's where they'd love to be. What a journey that would be for them. No plane, just get on a bus, head to Louisville. Not bad.
Tennessee's first lead of the game. 42-2 in the SEC tournament semifinal games. 31 championships for Kentucky.
That would be the regional, obviously.
Yep.
Love to see kids play hard, do what the coaches tell them to do, execute, be efficient.
Heroes get 6 on the shot clock. Johnson 3. Money. Keldon Johnson hot early.
You're not going to find a type of dandy duo at the wings with the ability of Johnson and certainly Hero. What a combination.
Bone pulls up and draws air. That's a good sign, though. Keldon's been a little inconsistent lately. Here he is, striving the lane. And a foul.
Kentucky out in transition, getting up the floor. Really key for Kentucky is minimize the number of times that Williams can touch the ball on the interior.
Keldon Johnson and Keontae Johnson of Florida went to high school together, played together. They text each other often. Keldon texted Keontae yesterday, said go off today. I'm not sure what the text messages were between the two today. Obviously Florida beaten today by Auburn. And now it's Keldon's stage.
That was an outstanding game. Auburn with the 3. had reverse performances. First half, it was nothing but Harper. Second half, it was Brown making threes, and Bruce Pearl was dancing with joy, going to the finals with the War Eagle. Experienced team, when you look at this Tennessee team. Vol team has got experience all over the floor.
Williams pulls up. It's an unblockable shot. He gets such high elevation and releases so high, but too strong.
Well, you talk about three guys, three freshmen on the floor, crucial, big-time high school stars playing on a big stage. Higgins, Johnson, and Hero.
Lee Travis, of course, the grad transfer from Stanford, powers his way in. They've missed that.
See, that's the kind of move utilized by Williams on a regular basis, that spin move. He was a big get when they got him from Stanford.
Bone caught in the air, but he gets it to Schofield, a quieting three.
Nice play right there by Bone. Got caught up in the air, but he found the open guy, and Schofield delivered as he's been doing all year long. These are two of the heavyweights of college basketball.
Hero. They're going to get a foul on P.J. Washington as he went after that offensive rebound. What an atmosphere and what a start. Kentucky and Tennessee in an SEC Tourney semifinal.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Principal Investments Retirement Insurance.
We need a better network.
With Boost, you get a super reliable, super fast nationwide network.
Really?
Time for a switch? Oh, I'm back.
No more resting glitch face.
Switch to Boost and get 4 lines, each with unlimited gigs for $100 a month. All on Boost's super reliable, super fast nationwide network.
They made the original hot.
Ooh, hot stuff all over my nachos. Walking like a taco, driving over potholes. Hotter than a pot roast. Fingers on my hot chips. Red-handed, come on, man, I'ma need some chopsticks. I want it.
The original. Now it's hot.
They need more space.
Is your mom in there?
Since Nana's moved in plan.
Nope.
Let us help with your plan.
Yeah, we can do that.
Well, that sounds like a plan.
Start a plan that flexes with yours. New York Life.
Order any pizza and a 2-liter online or with our mobile app and get the 2-liter free from Little Caesars. Just confirm your final order, enter the promo code FREE2L, pay, then pick up your favorite large pizza and free Pepsi 2-liter.
Pizza.
This is your invitation to a higher standard of luxury. This is the invitation to Lexus sales event with generous offers now through March 31st. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
It's time. Okay, let's check our constant contact email results. Oh my goddess.
Constant contact email marketing. Powerful stuff.
It's a big city, but there's not a lot of hotels. We had 7 teams staying with us, and as an intrepid reporter, whenever you get a chance to see somebody, you start to ask them questions. I bumped into Jordan Bone in an elevator. And how does Jordan Bone define success for this team this season?
Just winning it all. That means everything. I feel like we've had small successes on our way to the spot we're at now, but just to win it all, man, I feel like that's what everybody wants to do.
How you feel about driving up and down an elevator?
Getting kind of dizzy a little bit.
Then we're done.
All right.
Thanks, boss.
Appreciate
that. Yep. Kind of Jordan Bone to drive up and down that elevator, but you heard him winning it all, Dickie. There's not a lot of teams that go into the season with that being realistic. Both these teams have that.
Yeah, that's realistic goal. I think goals, you want to set goals in life, but you got to make them real, and that is a realistic goal. He's right from here in Nashville. Yes. He's right home. He's got a lot of people here.
Trying to kick it, and that ball was deflected and taken away by Kentucky. First turnover of the game for the Volunteers.
It's really nice matchups, man. We'll switch up on top. They're going to mismatch inside. Get the ball in right there. Yeah, get it to Travis. Big ball screen. I'm going to release, go to the goal.
Higgins all the way.
Terrific move right there. Higgins right to the basket. They emptied out that side after the screen. Cleared it out. He knows how to get to the rim.
Walker into the game for Tennessee. He's got Schofield, Williams, Bone, and Bowden also into the game. Admiral Schofield, hot start.
Notice how he's trying to bring Travis away from the basket. And that was their goal. They want to bring him away, keep him moving.
Guys, Rick Barnes is going to be happy with the way that Grant Williams just set that screen, and it worked. He was getting on him in the huddle, saying, you're not setting screens the way that I want you to. Set them and wait. He said what he was doing before was exactly what Kentucky wanted him to do. So getting on his veteran leader early on in this game, guys.
All right, Laura, thank you. Doug Schau's over there with the headset on. They're looking at this. It's got a little intense between Derek Walker, who's in the game, and P.J. Washington. They locked arms, the hook and hold, which has become such a big part of the vocabulary.
Yeah,
they get intense here.
Yeah, they're really going there, hooking and grabbing inside. There's a lot of, these two guys battled for Player of the Year honors. It looked like it was Grant Williams. Then P.J. came on strong. Then Grant finished strong to win the battle as Player of the Year. A lot of pride at stake. Tell you one thing, Rick Barnes has done a terrific job wherever he's been. Best thing that ever happened to Tennessee was that he was let go by Texas.
So the recruiting news for both of these schools continues to be very positive.
Yeah, yesterday, what about the big news for
Kentucky? Big deal for them, for Kentucky.
Yeah, Keon Brooks. Many people thought initially, earlier in the year, Indiana. Well, here comes the recruiting machine, Mr. Calipari.
Barnes has some five-star guys. I mean, all of a sudden, you look at that team over there with Rick Barnes. Those are three-star guys that have become five-star players. Now he's starting to get some five-star recruits.
Well, the key is to go out there and recruit and to find guys that are gems, like they did at Wake Forest years ago with a guy by the name of Tim Duncan, like they did at the Naval Academy years ago, getting a guy by the name of the Admiral, David Robinson. They were not McDonald's All-Americans, but they became, when it really counted, at the end of the collegiate careers, Players of the Year.
Grant Williams, two-time Player of the Year. If he doesn't go to the NBA, he's eligible to come back. Then you could have back-to-back-to-back Player of the Year awards in the SEC. All right, here's the ruling on that. So you heard that double flagrant one on Walker and Washington.
I think what they sent a message loud and clear there. There was no doubt that happened. Now, that was a good use of the monitor right there. But I think they're setting the stage for the future in the game. We don't want none of this. Just play basketball. Guys grabbing, hooking. Right there, it's Alexander.
Walker. And for PJ, the big news with that foul is that's his second. So PJ will go to the bench, and here comes the dynamic duo off the bench. And you can see PJ's wearing it right now a little bit on that Kentucky sideline. Nick Richards, who played a good game yesterday, and E.J. Montgomery into the game.
Well, Montgomery's a rising star. I don't think there's any doubt about it. And Richards gave a lot of positive moments yesterday off that bench. Hey, are these guys feeling stage fright? Forget about it. They're 5 for 5 shooting the threes in this game. No stage fright over them, man.
Higgins had it. Richards lost it.
Tough pass. You should have
floor to get it. Loose ball, and how about the hustle by Bowden?
They got three good guards, right there. Bowden, Bone, and Turner.
Bowden,
nice.
Williams. No, Grant lost that on the way up. It rolled right down his arm.
So far, Kentucky doing an outstanding job negating Williams in the first 7 minutes. He's not able to get any really good shots. He had one so far, and he didn't go down. Certainly, again, Travis Buck's a big plus for Kentucky. I mean, we've seen injured players now coming back. Keys for team. Nick Ward, Michigan State, had a guy by the name of Zion down there, too. He only had 60 points and 25 rebounds in 2 games.
Missed about one shot.
Oh, jeez. Stock went way out of the unbelievable all along.
Did the stock go any higher for that guy?
Where do you see the shoe deal he signed? Oh!
Kelvin Johnson working it in the hands of Lamonte Turner. Hagan's open. Tyler Hero hasn't gotten on track for Kentucky, hasn't even taken a shot yet.
One thing's happening to make them play 5-on-5. Then on Tennessee getting transition opportunities.
Schofield didn't want that one. He's made 2 already. Lamonte Turner, step back, rattles it in.
Nice little medium range shot. Struggled shooting yesterday. He's a veteran player. But his crowd is alive. Man, this place is alive. There's a lot of blue, though, everywhere you look. They got the most passionate fans that travel with their team. There's nothing like it there, man. They love their Kentucky basketball.
Heck of a lot of orange in here today, too.
Yeah, a lot of orange.
Hero, good dump down to Reed Travis. Hesitated, had it blocked from behind by Alexander.
That's what he does well, Carl. Shot blocker, he gives him that rim protector.
Schofield, too strong.
I love the way he gets into triple threat position. He can pass, he can shoot, he can drive.
Here's Hero. And that's money. The way he is shooting, that's automatic.
Well, he makes those. He becomes a big hero in Lexington, Kentucky. He was a hero yesterday. He shot the ball well.
He had 9 points by mistake in the first half. Alexander had to go behind his back. It got confusing, and they lost it. Hagan's passed it behind Hero. Loose ball. It's E.J. Montgomery, and everybody take a breath.
Look at that frenzy out there. Hoops hysteria. Hagan's made a great steal. He's got terrific hands, but he didn't deliver the ball for the layup. But he's got great hands. So many young kids come in, they're worried about scoring. Hagan's worries about winning. He worries about getting people involved.
Reed Travis. That one's off, not the shot they want from Reed.
They get back on defense. Good defensive transition by the Wildcats.
Kyle Alexander had a good game yesterday, Dick.
Yep.
Rebounding, blocking, and scoring.
That's a big plus if they get a third guy to help inside with Williams and Schofield. It's a big plus.
Bowden, short.
Interesting matchup, man. Hagan's and Bone. Bone can play on the defensive side. He's got superb quickness.
Here out of the hole, and he gets it to go.
I'll tell you one thing. He goes to the basket. He made a great move right there to get to the goal.
Tyler Hero's got Big Blue Nation on his feet. Kentucky's lead grows to 4.
He made a terrific move. Right here, catch the ball. He can release. There's the great rotation, the backspin, and nothing but nylon. Now watch it drive. Say, I can shoot it, but I can drive with it as well. His stock is going up too, baby. It's like yours, Carl. Working all these games, your stock going up.
Up.
If you've been holding your breath until the return of soft pretzel crust pizza, breathe, baby. It's back. Little Caesars large soft pretzel crust pizza with creamy cheddar cheese sauce, mozzarella, pepperoni, and a delicious 4-cheese blend for just $6. Try our convenient app and Pizza Portal pickup.
Pizza. We just got married.
We're all under one roof now.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How many kids?
My 2, his 3.
Along with 2 dogs and Jake, our new parrot. That is quite the family.
Quite a lot of colleges to pay for, though.
A lot of colleges. Okay, you get any financial advice?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure it's the same plan they sold me before.
Well, your situation's totally changed now.
Right?
How about a plan that works for 5 kids, 2 dogs, and Jake over here?
That'd be great.
That would be great.
That okay with you, Jake?
Get a portfolio that works for you now and as your needs change from TD Ameritrade Investment Management.
George has heart failure and a busy day ahead. George has Entresto, a heart failure pill that helps keep people alive and out of the hospital. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto.
That was great. If you've been holding your breath until the return of soft pretzel crust pizza, breathe, baby. It's back. Little Caesars large soft pretzel crust pizza with creamy cheddar cheese sauce, mozzarella, pepperoni, and a delicious 4-cheese blend for just $6. Try our convenient app and Pizza Portal pickup.
Pizza, pizza.
Back here in Nashville, and Rick Barnes is being looked at by many as an example of how to build a program. This veteran Tennessee team making its impact now. And of course, he came to Tennessee after some success at Texas as well. Dickie D brought it up earlier. Maybe the best thing ever to happen at Tennessee is that Texas let Rick Barnes go. But Rick has a tradition. He kept every single rejection letter that he got when he first tried to get into coaching. This one coming from Tennessee in 1977. How about this one from Indiana University, signed by Bob Knight? The line, "I've committed all the available openings that we have. Nothing available for Rick Barnes there." How about Louisville? Denny Crum, the head basketball coach, February 28, 1977. Another rejection letter for Rick Barnes. And look, these were just a few of them, guys, but he kept all of them as a reminder of his climb, his journey to where he wanted to be.
Well, let me just tell you this. My wife and I, the other day, went to my files, and I got on my rejection letters, man.
I think we all do.
And
I really do.
And I wasn't applying to Louisville and Kentucky. They were all little local schools where I live. I got more rejections than the dean of Harvard gives out, man. Unbelievable.
There's no greater motivator than the rejection. I think we all have folders of letters that say, nope, you're not really what we're looking for, and you got to keep grinding it.
Well, you have no choice. You have two choices. You can fold and quit, or you can pick up the pieces and just battle on.
That was great stuff, Laura. Thank you. 2016 Kentucky substitutes on the floor. Eve Pons into the game as Turner misses. That's Pons hustling after it. Out of bounds to Kentucky. John Fulkerson, number 10, Fulky they call it. He's into the game for the Orange as well.
You know, both these coaches really do a tremendous job of teaching their players to understand what a good shot is. That was a good shot that he missed right there, Turner. Quality shots, and I think you're going to see both these teams throughout the game take high percentage shots.
Emmanuel Quickly now will man the point for Kentucky. Higgins will take a break. Quickly's been very good in the moments he's played.
He played well yesterday, a little walk-in violation right there.
This week's NBA Saturday primetime, Steph Curry, the Warriors, they're in OKC, take on Russ and the Thunder. Our coverage tips NBA Countdown, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on ABC. And you can always watch both on the ESPN app from anywhere.
Tell you one thing, right off the start, Hero really struggled against Tennessee at Tennessee. He was 2 for 11, 0 for 5 from 3. He's already got 5 points already. So that's a good sign for their fans.
The athleticism of Pons got him to the basket, but then he missed the shot. Tennessee scoreless in their last 6 trips.
You know, Pons was starting earlier in the year. Nice little show right there by Williams. Then he rotates back. Will help recover.
Reed Travis one-on-one. Off the side of the backboard. Still has plenty of time. And they'll jump it up. Good job by Grant Williams. Possession arrow, Tennessee.
Excellent defense right there by Tennessee. They get the arrow. Look at John. Little contact. They're letting him play, man. They're letting him play.
They're letting him play at the end of that Auburn, Florida game. They're letting him play right now.
Should have been a whistle on that game. However, I don't believe it was the free. We thought, my buddy the Big Bear, Mr. Felica, and I were watching it. We thought he fouled him prior to when he released the shot. But it should have been a whistle.
Bench warning on Coach Calipari.
You can give him warnings all day long. If you want to give him warnings all day long.
Williams with the left hand gets the friendly roll.
He can utilize either hand. Strong, physical, tenacious, winner. Represents the school so well. Really a true. When you look about him and Admiral Schofield, they're genuine student athletes. You could use that word proudly, the first one, student.
Yeah, Grant's mom had him pegged for an Ivy League school coming out of high school. How about that defense by Bowden as he blocks that shot from Hero?
That's one of their strengths. They play on the defensive end. Very strong, Tennessee. And take a look right here. Look at Mr. Williams with the left hand. You know, they got back to their mojo. After they lost to Kentucky, they went 2 games in one series for a week where they beat Kentucky and they beat Mississippi State and gave them 52 and 54. And Rick Barnes told me, so we got back to our mojo, which is team defense.
Emmanuel quickly, too strong. This was a team that won 19 in a row this season, 19 in a row. Then they went to Kentucky and lost that game. Bowden liked his matchup with Higgins, and he buries a 3.
They got weapons, man. They got weapons. The big orange crowd, Orange Nation loves it. Now, you can make a case for a #1 seed for either one of these 2 teams if they prevail here and tomorrow win the SEC tournament. I don't know if there's any doubt about it.
Quickly, one-hand runner, no good. Nick Richards up for it. Just can't get it to go, but he'll go to the free throw line.
Think about this. How many teams could bring guys like Richards of Montgomery off the bench?
Not many. Not many. What a start. Tennessee by 1 over Kentucky.
A hand-breaded filet with the hot taste of Nashville. Introducing the new Zaxby's Hot Filet Sandwich. For a limited time, only at Zaxby's. And don't miss Shazam!
Shazam!
Rated PG-13. Experience it in IMAX.
Still fresh.
Unstoppable. In-wash scent booster. Downy Unstoppables.
Oh, wow. You two are going to have such a great trip.
Yeah, have fun.
Thanks to you, we will. Aw, stop.
This is why Voya helps reach today's goals.
All while helping you to and through retirement.
You guys are just going for a week, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Can you help with these?
Oh, we're more of the plan, invest, and protect kind of help.
Sorry, little pause.
Right.
So, but have fun.
Send a postcard. Voya, helping you to
and through
retirement.
Mikey Garcia says, I want to challenge the best, and Spence is the best. Both these fighters are undefeated. They're both risking everything. Time for the main event.
John Calipari challenged Tyler Hero this morning, saying if you can't get yourself open through contact, we're going to be in trouble. And Tyler Hero is a guy that's really moving hard, making violent cuts against that Tennessee defense, going shoulder to shoulder. The challenge is, can you get into Tennessee's body and get yourself open? Tyler Hero has done it several times. Watching Tyler Hero right now on this end of the floor behind me, this is a guy making a lot of violent cuts. They have a counter for today, though, Ravi. If Tyler Hero can't pop to the perimeter, they're going to run a get action. They call get, and he simply runs and gets the basketball out of the high post position to make plays. A little bit of a counter today for Calipari for his sharpshooter, Tyler Hero.
Yeah, he's playing so well. You figure they would try to get him the ball as often as they can on the offensive end. I jokingly said he had 9 by mistake yesterday. It didn't seem to run too many plays for him early in that game, and he had 9 points.
Well, you know, I read some quotes after the Tennessee game. He was really so frustrated in that game and upset when 0 for 5 shooting threes, was 2 for 11, but he came back from that. He's too vital to this team. For them to win, they need him to perform.
Another guy they know they need. All season long, Coach Calipari's talked about, we need Nick Richards. We need Nick Richards. This was even before the Reed Travis injury. Need big minutes out of number 4 and 23.
I think you're going to see a lot of these guys coming back to school next year. I don't see one and done across the board like in the past.
Tough shot from the corner from Bo, and he misses it. And now you got Higgins and quickly on the floor with Johnson, Montgomery, and Richards.
So I think Tennessee's got to get more touches inside to Grant Williams in their half-court game. Even if he's not going to shoot, go inside, outside action.
Keldon Johnson got off to a good hot start shooting.
He's excellent in transition. To me, he's at his best when the game's 94 feet and he's running up and down the court.
Higgins bumps right into Schofield, the dish to Montgomery. Oh, Nick Richards, and that'll count.
There it is, a guy coming off the bench. You think you could start at about 90% of the schools across America? When you get those kinds of positive minutes, you can rest key players. That's a big, big plus.
They are always practicing together, Montgomery and Richards. Saw an alley-oop last night from EJ to Nick Richards. And that's how Nick followed up the miss. Schofield, three-ball net.
Tell you what, three ball falling for that guy. He's given him a great, great first half. He's got to get his buddy Williams a little bit active inside to score.
All right, Hero coming back in, so is Kyle Alexander as Higgins goes to the hole. Good defense. Both these teams play great defense. Grant Williams catching his breath underneath that Tennessee basket.
Tell you, this month brings out the best of John Calipari, man. He's one of the great coaches in March. Here's the drive. There's the block shot.
Williams took a knee.
You look at John, in my new book, by Mount Rushmore's, he's one of my 4 coaches as a guy in March that's so good. And by the way, people want to help me, go to DickVitaleOnline.com and get the book. Come on, Kentucky fans, help us raise money for kids battling cancer.
Admiral Schofield, yes, sir. Things are rolling for the Admiral.
I'll tell you, the Admiral is unbelievable. We give him a double title. He's the General and the Admiral today. Are you kidding me?
Those are pretty big shoes when you talk about college basketball and you use the word Admiral.
What a beautiful mother. You can see why he's had to bring it up, sitting with her last night.
Guys, we've seen some big buckets, or one huge bucket from Nick Richards in this game, and nobody gets more excited about that than actually Reed Travis, who has been out, of course, with the injury, which has given Richards more opportunity to get his minutes, to get some experience. Reed said, I never wanted to go down, but the fact that I've been able to give that opportunity to some of these other guys, specifically a guy like Nick Richards, makes him really happy. Everyone on this team says nobody works harder than Nick Richards.
Johnson does a good job to keep that from going across half court. And then they turn it over. There's Grant Williams, 3-ball, no good.
Tell you one thing, Laura made a great point about Richards and getting those minutes. And that, to me, is one of the keys of John Calipari. Just the psychological end of it, and keeping star high school players happy who get limited minutes. That's part of coaching. Getting people to play within the team. Being all about a team. T for togetherness, E for effort, A for attitude, M for mental toughness. And he does that as well as anyone.
Hero with 2 seconds to go, launches. And Williams grabs the rebound.
Williams a tremendous rebounder because he gets terrific position. And he's a space eater, takes space and uses his body so well.
Bowden, yes, sir!
Tell you, Bowden really is the biggest lead they've had, 5. JD lets us know a 5-step man. And I'll tell you that, Bowden right there with a long-range jumper. The 3-ball's been good here for Tennessee.
Very few easy baskets inside. That's Keldon Johnson. We'll get a foul on the floor. And with that and 4 minutes left, we'll take a timeout. Admiral Schofield leading the way. He's got 13, but he's got some help. Jordan Bowden lighting it up from 3. And this one was a no doubt about it. Defense coming over too late. Nets for the Vols. And an SEC final to the winner, Tennessee and Kentucky.
If you've been holding your breath until the return of soft pretzel crust pizza, breathe, baby. It's back. Little Caesars large soft pretzel crust pizza with creamy cheddar cheese sauce, mozzarella, pepperoni, and a delicious 4-cheese blend for just $6. Try our convenient app and Pizza Portal pickup.
Pizza.
We need a better
Mom?
network.
Ooh, that is a bad one.
Where did I go?
Ooh, that's not good.
Don't worry. With Boost, you get a super reliable, super fast nationwide network. Really?
Yeah, plus 4 lines, each with unlimited gigs for $100 a month.
Time for a switch? Oh, I'm back.
No more resting glitch face.
How's this face? Switch to Boost and get 4 lines, each with unlimited gigs for $100 a month. Plus, get 4 free LG Stylo 4 phones. All on Boost's super reliable, super fast nationwide network.
This is Charlie.
Hi.
This is Charlie's truck, Hank. Together, they're Charlie's Landscaping.
5 years and counting.
Charlie knows plants, but not much about hiring people to plant them.
Rules, rules, rules.
So she counts on LegalZoom for help with a lot of the legal stuff that's part of running a business.
I have a legal question. They have a legal answer.
She means we helped her incorporate and learn the ins and outs of hiring help. So Charlie and Hank can get back to beautifying yards.
Somebody needs to.
This is Charlie's dream job, and this is where life meets legal.
If you've been holding your breath until the return of soft pretzel crust pizza, breathe, baby. It's back. Little Caesars large soft pretzel crust pizza with creamy cheddar cheese sauce, mozzarella, pepperoni, and a delicious 4-cheese blend for just $6. Try our convenient app and Pizza Portal pickup.
Pizza. Never get the credit I deserve. I don't know if you hearing every word. Yeah, I'm a threat, threat. Yeah, I'm a threat, threat. You know I'm a threat, threat.
Welcome in, Dory, Jimmy, and AK. Coming up, Audi halftime report. We'll show you how Sparty got into another Big Ten championship game. Also look at Zion's matchup tonight as Duke takes on Florida State. But so far, we are getting a heavyweight battle back here.
Yeah, Rick Barnes, AK, has used 4 different defenders to chase Tyler Hero. He's not going to let Tyler Hero, if he can help it, get going in this game.
High-level game. Who will blink first? All right, Rabbi, we'll see you at the half.
And I know Dick's not blinking. And by the way, I'm not sure the selection committee is being able to close their eyes because these #1 seeds are all up for grabs.
Yeah, they real are. Well, you got Gonzaga, Virginia, to me are #1s. I think Duke's right now in a position for #1, and Kentucky, if I were doing it today. However, if Tennessee wins this game and wins the SEC, I think they got to move to the #1 line. And don't count out North Carolina yet. They're still in the consideration. I think also Florida State, if they win the conference or at the ACC, they could jump to the 2 line.
They could jump to the 2. I think a lot of folks will question the Gonzaga as an automatic 1 seed given their departure and the lack of a big resume compared to these other schools you're talking about.
Well, they beat Duke, #1. They won the Maui.
Lost to Tennessee.
The 27, yeah, it was a tough game on a neutral court. But my point is this, Carl, 27-point margin of victory in their conference. They had 1 bad game. 1 bad game. I say the Zags, you look at the body of work, deserve to be a #1.
If Kentucky were in that conference, or Tennessee or Virginia, what do you think the average margin of victory would be? Just asking.
About the same. They're just as good as them. And you make your bet. You decide to play in one conference, that's where you're going to play. That's what gets me going about teams with 15, 16 losses. In the bubble, they should be in a bubble bath. Taking a bath. Come on, now that's mediocrity at best. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree what he's got up there.
That's Lenardi. He's got Carolina State, Tennessee, and Michigan as the 2 lines. There's the BPI that's got Gonzaga as like a 6% chance to be a 1 seed.
I'll tell you one thing.
And they're heavy resume number based.
Don't be tough on the little guys. Come on, man. Those guys don't get an opportunity. I don't want to reward mediocrity over teams that have super years like the Lipscombs and the Belmonts.
Keldon Johnson steps into one. And he was too strong with it. And it's Ponzi comes down with it.
I'll tell you, Johnson is much more effective in an up-and-down floor game. Up and down.
Schofield's been the scoring star with 13 for Tennessee. Bowden's got 6.
Schofield's been absolutely sensational. Quality shots, not forcing anything.
We're going to get E.J. Montgomery with a foul. Okay, Selection Sunday is what it's all about. We're going to have our championship before that. And then at 7 o'clock Eastern Time, bracketology. You'll be joined by Billis, Jay Will, Seth, Reese will be there. They'll break down the brackets, all the special guests. I said you will be joined by. That's you, Dickie V. You will be joined by. You're going to be there.
Oh, yeah?
Sports Center gets started at 5:15. The field of 68 gets announced. Both on ESPN and the ESPN app. That's a full day for you, Vital. You're going to be up early, and we're not going to ever see Vital leave as E.J. Montgomery goes reverse with the right hand.
Well, I like Montgomery. What a future he's got. He comes back to school, and he showed He will be a big force for Lexington. Look at the fans. They're all jumping with joy on that shot. It's the way you quiet him down. He's one of my favorite point guards in the country. Bowen, you think of Morant, that'll certainly Murray State, Cassius Winston.
Hero. Too strong. He's missed his last couple.
And he's been wide open. He'd like to have those shots back.
E.J. Montgomery by Ashton Hagans. What a good look.
I will tell you this. Montgomery is going to be S-T-A-R. I can even spell that. I can spell that. It's one syllable, Carl.
Listen to the place. Listen to the place.
Wow, what electricity, enthusiasm, energy in this building. Should have shot that ball. Schofield had an open look.
Instead, it's Bone. He's putting together another highlight reel game against the Cats.
Kentucky better get up in the three-point defense. And what that'll do, though, better spacing on the inside for Williams to extend defensively.
Jordan Bowen at 27 in the earlier Tennessee victory.
He was sensational in that game.
Travis muscles his way in. He pushed Schofield out of the way.
He is so strong. He's another guy, student athlete, graduate of Stanford, man. What a strong play around the basket.
Rick Barnes says, let's get a little timeout here with 1:11 to go.
He wants to get Williams back on the floor.
We've seen the three-point shot be a major success and reason why Tennessee is leading in this game right now. On the other side of that, throughout the game, Coach Cal continues to emphasize to his guys, you've got to make them drive. You can't just let the three-point shot be open. To Dickie V's point, they've got to figure out that three-point defense. In fact, Cal's taken Ashton Hagans out a couple times in this game for that very reason. But to be fair, not all on Hagans, guys. Either way, Kentucky looking to figure that out as this one carries on.
Tell you, Laura, right now, Tennessee, 7 for 9. I'll tell you, Laura does a terrific job. Terrific. Oh, there's Schofield's mom. Sat with her yesterday. You talk about proud. Oh, man, when she spoke about her 3 children, she was so proud. She said, Mr. Vitale, could I get a picture with you? I'm Admiral Schofield's mom. I said, are you serious? You get all the pictures you want. I said, sit down.
You know who I am? I'm Vitale. I'll take pictures with just about anybody, but Admiral's mom, absolutely.
Wow.
What a city to have this SEC championship in. Nashville, Tennessee.
You a big country fan?
I love country music, and I love the idea that all these fan bases can get here. John Fulkerson.
What execution. That was efficient. Great basket. Jimmy Dykes got it like that. So does my guy, Andy Kennedy, who should get another coaching job. The guy did a great job in a tough situation. What a nice play right there, focusing with the jam.
Off a dead ball, they call timeout, they set it up, they lead by 5.
I think Rick Barnes can coach. There's no doubt about it.
Both these guys are great coaches.
Yeah, he's not getting any more rejection letters, I can tell you that.
No, sir. Hagans misses. Keldon Johnson there. Blocked. That's Fulkerson. And how about his last minute of work?
John Calipari wants a timeout.
Good look at Fulkerson, the lefty, as he rolled in for the flush. Sophomore out of Kingsport, Tennessee. Good game with under 30 to go in the first.
Continental tires are built for the road, connecting you to all of life's adventures. Whether you drive to live or live to drive, Continental tires deliver the performance you need to tackle those adventures with confidence. Continental Tire, for what you do.
Welcome back, everyone. 36-31 Tennessee. Timeout. Kentucky with 27.7 to go. And it's all about brackets this time of year. And earlier today, Auburn behind Jared Harper and Bryce Brown in the second half. And Harper with a dagger 3 with about 10 seconds to go. Hang on to beat Florida 65-62. This was the end of that game. There was a little controversy Dick thought this was a foul on the floor, but first Harper hit this three. And then there was the, do we foul or not? And it looked like Auburn made a mistake, and they didn't foul early enough. And then Nembhard went into a shooting position, and that's when the arms got grabbed. No foul was called on the floor or on the shot, and that was the end of the game.
Yeah, should have been a whistle there. There's no doubt about that. But, you know, when you look at Auburn, man, first half, he couldn't make a basket, Brown. He was 0 for like 5.
0 for 5, yep.
And Harper was terrific at 16 points. Yep. Then Harper doesn't score until he hits the dagger one that you call with 10 seconds to go. And Brown has a strong second half. Tell you what, they're going to need both guys to be on fire to beat any one of these two teams. Now they beat Tennessee. We did that game on ESPN, and they played a great game down at Auburn. One of the great environments for college basketball, Carl.
Bruce Pearl's lit a fire underneath the Auburn basketball faithful for sure.
DJ Washington only played 6 minutes. No foul trouble. Got a lift though from Montgomery and from Richards.
Last shot time for Kentucky. They're the winner of halftime trailing. Travis will launch with 5. Oh, Reed Travis of all people.
That's a momentum builder. John Calipari just said, hey, the way I designed that. What a big trifecta right there by Travis.
Let's quickly go to Laura.
All right, Coach, 7 of 9 from the three-point line. What's allowed for that shooting success for your team?
Well, one, they're pretty good looks. You know, we're getting good looks out of it. As long as we'll keep trying to drive the ball first, because we want to get fouled. We're not going to let it get out of hand like it has the last 2 games where they shoot all the free throws. We're going to get some free throws today.
Okay, tell me a little bit more about your concerns for the second half. Anything that you guys need to do better?
Well, I think a couple guys have to do a better job with their job. You know, we didn't handle some ball screens like we need to, but otherwise, you know, we thought it'd be this kind of game and got to play.
All right, thanks, Coach. It's been a fun one so far. Reed Travis with the three-point dagger to go into halftime. Tennessee leads 36-34. It's living up to be the classic that we thought it would be. Part 3 between Tennessee and Kentucky, Dari. Quite good so far.
Oh, it has been fun, Laura, as we welcome you in to the Audi halftime report. Dari Noka, Jimmy Dykes, Andy Kennedy. First one was a blowout. Second one was a blowout. Third one with so much on the line is a beauty. What jumps out?
Well, the three-point shooting by Tennessee is on fire right now, and it's Jordan Bowden off the bench, who's maybe one of the best 6 men in all of college basketball right now. A dangerous guard that can come in, defend your best perimeter shooter, and he can elevate and make hard-guarded shots, AK, with his length. That's the story of the ball game right now. Plus, again, Rick Barnes is not going to let Tyler Hero get going in this ball game.
I love the fact that we are on the biggest of big stages, and it is such a clean game. Love the ball movement, and I love the fact that they're finishing it by making shots. This has lived up to the hype.
And it's a high-contact game, but guys are playing through the contact well.
Yeah, this is a beautiful neutral site, venue, facility, and by the way, props to Tennessee Nation.
That's
because
right.
Big Blue owns this event every time, and I know we're in Tennessee. Don't give me that.
Yeah.
But the orange is in the building, and it's just as loud as Big Blue. All right, the winner of this is going to get the winner of the first game. That was Auburn and Florida. Auburn in the position it's in for the first time in 4 years. Florida hadn't been to a semi in 5, but oh my goodness, do we have a superstar or what? That was Samir Dowdy, yes, who had a big day. Then you're going to see the throwdown by Kavarius Hayes, but the star I'm talking about is Jared Harper.
He is unbelievable, Jimmy. He is having quite a weekend for a guy that deserves it. What an undervalued player nationally. Jared Harper, Bryce Brown, good as it gets.
Bruce Pearl wanted a foul there.
Well, that is
Bryce
a foul.
Brown didn't do well. He didn't want a foul before the shot.
Right.
Nothing was called. It could have been.
Absolutely.
It absolutely could have been. So Auburn is in the final. Straight ahead, what's happening in Chicago in the Big Ten? We'll update you.
We both know you're not just looking for pork chops. You're searching for something more red-blooded. Right this way. You thirst for adrenaline. You hunger for raw power. Well, you've come to the right place. The road is yours. Dig in.
2, 1, fade away. That was awful. Why are you so good at this?
Had a coach in high school. Really helped me up my game.
I had a coach. Math.
Ooh. So why don't traders have coaches?
Well, who says they don't? Coach McAdoo.
You know, at TD Ameritrade, we offer free access to coaches and a full education curriculum just to help you improve your skills.
Boom. Mad skills.
Education to take your trading to the next level. Only with TD Ameritrade.
Ooh, wait, look at all these KFC white meat $5 fill-ups. This here breast, 100% white meat. Crispy Colonel sandwich, 100% white meat. Tenders, 100% white meat. This whole commercial, 100% white meat! Get a $5 fill-up with 100% white meat at KFC.
My digestive system used to make me feel sluggish, but now I take Metamucil every day. It traps and removes the waste that weighs me down, so I feel lighter. Try Metamucil and begin to feel what lighter feels like.
This is going to be a lot of fun.
Look at these kids. Jubilation.
The biggest night of Champ Week begins tonight at 6 on ESPN.
Hey guys, if you're experiencing erectile dysfunction, you can now get treated anywhere. Like here, 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 even here. Okay, maybe not there. That's why we built Roman. So it's easy to get ED meds prescribed online, delivered to your door. Just visit GetRoman.com, chat with a U.S. licensed physician, and you'll get FDA-approved medication delivered in discreet packaging. Roman, let's take care of it. Get started with your free online visit at GetRoman.com/TV.
I'm Randy.
And I'm Dave.
And we're Bombas. We sell socks. But not this one. Because this sock is designed to be donated. Socks are the #1 most requested clothing item in homeless shelters. So for every pair of super comfortable Bombas socks you buy, we donate this pair to someone in need. And thanks to you, we just donated 10 million of them, which makes this the greatest sock never sold. Give a pair when you buy a pair at bombas.com.
Welcome back to the Audi Halftime Report. Champ Week continues through Sunday on the networks of ESPN.
Big Ten semifinals, Minnesota, Michigan in progress. First half scoreless until Iggy Brazdeikis knocks down the 3-ball.
We can score from anywhere. This is a Michigan ball club, AK. If they rebound in that NCAA tournament, they're Sweet 16 or possibly beyond ball club.
3-ball no good. Rebound. Charles Matthews hits the follow-away. Michigan up 5. And then Brazdeikis again. 9 early points for Iggy. They are doubling up the Gophers at the half. The first semifinal. Michigan State and Wisconsin. Sparty up 8. Cassius Winston and Matt McQuaid buries the 3. Sparty in control virtually the entire way. Winston again, 21 for him.
How do you guard Moxie? Because that's what Cassius Winston is at the end of the day.
No question. And Tom Izzo's team are always going to eat on the glass. Plus 14 today.
Michigan State ends up pulling away, knocks off Wisconsin. So Sparty and arch rival Michigan, they're 20 minutes away and a Michigan-held lead away from meeting for the Big Ten title game. Coming up a little bit later, 8:30 Eastern, ESPN. Zion Williamson, 60 points in 2 games back. He leads Duke against Florida State, who knocked off top-seeded Virginia. That's your ACC championship game, Knowles and Duke. Should be a classic. We take a look at what makes Florida State and Duke different in our Dumbotron. Disney's Dumbo in theaters March 29th. You tell me, AK, why Florida State's got a shot.
Here's why, Dory, because Florida State has the size and athleticism to defend the Blue Devils. They're on a 6-game winning streak, during which they've held their opponent under 63 points per game, under 40 from the floor, under 30 from 3, and they're +7 on the glass.
Florida State's 2-point defense in ACC, 42%. Hard to score with that size, like AK says. If there's a guy that can do it, you're looking at him right there. Zion is the best in college basketball and maybe beyond in his second jump as an offensive rebounder. His power, his strength, his quickness, his shoulder strength, just powers through people. You talk about a guy that goes through your chin to the rim. You're looking at him right there, number 1 in the Duke Blue Devil uniform.
Yeah, they played a thriller earlier in the season. Look at the number of ACC tournament titles. Frankly, it is not close. Duke trying to lock down a 1 seed in the NCAA tournament if they can win this.
This halftime report is presented by Audi.
We both know you're not just looking for pork chops. You're searching for something more red-blooded. Right this way. You thirst for adrenaline. You hunger for raw power. Well, you've come to the right place. The road is yours. Dig in.
World full of same old, lame old burgers? Well, hit reset because Wendy's made a whole new world with the new Made to Crave menu featuring the peppercorn mushroom melt, barbecue cheeseburger, and the sauce and bacon cheeseburger. Try all 3 on the new Made to Crave menu today.
AT&T provides Aston Martin Red Bull Racing with edge-to-edge intelligence. So when things heat up on the track and then things heat up in the car, engineers can share critical information in near real time from thousands of miles away.
Brakes getting Daniel, you need to cool your brakes.
Brake bias back 2 clicks.
And, well, you know how it ends. Edge-to-edge intelligence. It can do so much for your business, the list goes on and on. That's the power of and. And then for the next race, the engineers, wherever they are,
I can do more to lower my A1C.
Because my body can still make its own insulin.
And I take Trulicity once a week to activate my body to release it, like it's supposed to. Trulicity is not insulin. It starts acting in my body from the first dose and continues to work when I need it, 24/7.
Trulicity is an injection to improve blood sugar in adults with type 2 diabetes when used with diet and exercise. Don't use it as the first medicine to treat diabetes or if you have type 1 diabetes or diabetic ketoacidosis. Don't take Trulicity if you or your family have medullary thyroid cancer, you're allergic to Trulicity, or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of a serious allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, or severe stomach pain. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with a sulfonylurea or insulin increases your low blood sugar risk. Common side effects include nausea, diarrhea, vomiting, abdominal pain, and decreased appetite. These can lead to dehydration, which may worsen kidney problems. I choose once weekly Trulicity to activate my within. If you need help lowering your A1C, ask your doctor about once weekly Trulicity.
This halftime report is presented by Audi.
UFC Fight Night on ESPN Plus from London. Mike Grundy and Nad Narmani. Grundy in the second with a massive left hook. Drops Narmani, then pounces on him. Moments later, he's got him up against the fence, and he's going to finish him off. I'm so glad I don't do this for a living.
Get back to the middle of the ring, right?
Wow, this is what we're seeing today.
Kentucky,
Heavyweights.
Tennessee.
Get up off the mat.
Down. Was that Kentucky or Tennessee?
Get up off the mat.
All right, a couple of tickets punched for you. How about Vermont and North Carolina Central winning the America East and MEAC titles, respectively? The Catamounts of Vermont in for the 7th time. North Carolina Central in for the 3rd year in a row. American Conference semifinal. Houston, the top seed. Kelvin Sampson's team cruising against Penny and Memphis.
That's a hard-charging Houston team. They're undersized. They climb on the glass right now. They're up like 29-21 on the boards. That team fights you, Andy.
Legit Final Four contender.
They are. I'm with you.
Cincinnati, Wichita State, the other semifinal. Their second half from here in Nashville coming right up. This has been the Audi Halftime Report.
I don't know what's going on. I've done all sorts of research, read earnings reports, looked at chart patterns. I even built my own historic trading model.
And you're still not sure if you want to make the trade?
Exactly.
Sounds like a case of analysis paralysis.
Is there a cure?
TD Ameritrade's trade desk. They can help gut check your strategies and answer all your toughest questions.
Sounds perfect.
See, your stress level was here, and I got you down to here. I've done my job.
Call for a strategy gut check with TD Ameritrade.
No one knows what the future of transportation will look like.
Robots.
But no matter what,
Enterprise can help. You can rent a car for a road trip. Look, kids, nature. Oh, wow. You can rent a truck for a move. You can buy a car, commute in a van pool, or get picked up because your car is in a pool. My bad. Count on Enterprise, no matter where transportation goes next.
Let's go.
I love the future. How can Enterprise pick you up today?
It just means more. For 14 proud universities, this is no catchy ad slogan. It's a promise. Around here, you better believe packed football stadiums literally shake the earth. And yes, our traditions may go to the extreme, but the Southeastern Conference is home to so much more, such as partnerships with NASA, the NSA, and the UN. More billions, that's with a B, pumped into our state economies. And still, there's more. SEC campuses, state epicenters for teaching, research, and service, are home to true medical pioneers, countless international scholars, Pulitzer and Nobel Prize winners. We promise, once you realize how much more there is to our story, you will come to expect nothing less.
This isn't a liner. Well, to be clear, it's an invisible aligner from Smile Direct Club. Our aligners take teeth like these and transform them into those. They discreetly take this and turn it into that. We send your aligners directly to you, and in an average of 6 months, you could have a lifetime supply of confidence. Join more than 250,000 satisfied groaners who got a smile they love for only $80 a month at SmileDirectClub.com.
He's doing things that not your normal fighter does. Mikey Garcia, he fought fast. The kid is...
Errol Spence Jr. wants to be bigger than the belts.
Mikey Garcia says, I want to challenge the best, and Spence is the best. Both these fighters are undefeated. They're both risking everything. It's time for the main event.
You're watching Champ Week, the SEC on ESPN. It is presented by Principal. The men's basketball tournament here in Nashville, where it will be through 2035. And what a game we have. We've already heard from Rick Barnes moments ago. Laura with Coach Calipari.
Coach, you said you expected this thing to be a fight. What's important in the second half?
We get PJ to be able to play 18 minutes. He played 6 minutes. I mean, it's hard for us, and when he's out, you're all freshmen. And in this kind of environment, but I'll tell you, EJ was really good. Nick was really good. You know, we missed some shots. We didn't contest. They made threes. And we're down 2. I'm like, I told them, I'm ecstatic. We're down 2. Let's see what we do. 20 minutes.
Thanks, Coach.
Our moment of mayhem brought to you by Allstate. What's the key in the second half? Because it has to do with this moment, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, we got the second foul right here. There's a double foul ball. So you get a foul, counts as a personal. That's 2. And he went to the sideline. Only played 6 minutes. He's right. Went 1 for 2. On the other side, Grant Williams was not effective for the player of the year. He got 1 basket, played 13 minutes. I think whatever star shines, would it be Williams? Will it be Washington? That team will go on to the final game and still have a hope and dream of a #1 seed.
Well, the recipe for success here in Nashville, these two teams, an SEC tournament record 20,933 at Bridgestone, which is a Bridgestone Arena record.
Ticket prices were up, too. That's what some Kentucky fans telling me. Wow, they want big money on the tickets.
PJ back in after playing just 6. He drives, stays in the lane, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Well, real aggressive right there. That's what they need out of him. When he went through that unbelievable streak where he was playing brilliant basketball, he was so aggressive, Carl. He wanted the ball. I mean, these guys are also playing for the SEC championship. Let's not forget, though, also, LSU beat both these clubs.
Yes, they did.
And LSU was the regular season champ of the conference. They lost a heartbreaker yesterday to Florida. Florida, hey, you talk about Florida. Why did somebody give it to me? Oh, if they had their Coach Wade, they would have won that game. Well, they forget one thing. They played Florida with Coach Wade twice, and they were both overtime games.
Florida gave them nightmares.
Yeah.
So did Arkansas give them nightmares.
They were a little fractured at the end of that game, were LSU. P.J. Washington's free throw to tie it drops. By the way, Williams picked up his second foul.
They immediately went right at Williams. P.J.'s got a little bounce to his step. I think Coach Calipari can motivate, man. I think he got in his ear and said, come on, we need you. We need you.
Bone's comfort zone is right off that free throw line, extended right or left. Schofield had a good first half, follows up his miss, and puts it back up with a reverse.
What a terrific play right there. He comes up with the second effort. He utilizes the reverse layup. He protects the ball by having the basket there. Oh, man, what a player he is.
He's got 15.
He's a winner.
Gonna get Kyle Alexander with a reach. 38-36. Let's bring Jimmy back in for some observations, JD.
Rav, you talk about where Jordan Bone wants to play the game offensively. It's at that elbow, and Rick Barnes has charged him every possession. I want you to get an elbow touch within the first 4 seconds. In transition, he attacks the elbows, and in the half court, Tennessee's so good at their pin downs. Those elbow shots for Kentucky defensively, they have to stay dialed in.
Quickly, a couple called on Kyle Alexander. So developing story, foul trouble.
And that's something that really has troubled Rick Barnes in the previous games. He feels that his guys have not gotten the opportunity with fouls called the other way. It's going to be interesting to follow. This game could come down to the free throw charity stripe at the end.
Two pretty good free throw shooting teams, both about 75%. Tennessee a little bit better.
You're right, Cal. They can make free throws. Not seeing many turnovers. Execution's at a real premium here. Good spacing, good ball movement. He wants the ball, man. He wants the ball. He walked. He did.
Grant Williams got out of his way, and he backed up with the ball in his hand.
He was definitely attacking the rim. He actually slipped there. He lost his balance. But I think the good sign is that he wants the ball, and he wants to be aggressive.
Okay, that Reed Travis 3 at the end of the half. That was only his 6th 3 all season.
Yeah, that's why I was surprised. I would get some touches to Williams. I mean, don't forget they got the player of the year.
Hero all alone.
Phil Higgins, man, he makes things happen defensively. He suffocates you.
Tied at 38, P.J. Washington.
P.J. He has really come to play in the second half.
Trying to feed off the energy of this crowd. Both colors, blue and orange, prominently displayed throughout Bridgestone Arena.
Grant Williams got to want the ball, man. He's going to want the ball, get a little more active, move a little better without the ball. Travis is all over him.
Bowden, ooh, feathery floater.
He can make that 15-foot shot. Whether it's Bowden, whether it's Bone, the B&B guys. They're like the Bash Brothers, man, the B&B guys. Big screen by Travis up on top. We gotta get over that, baby, or communicate and switch.
Tough pass as Johnson able to keep it. He was on the move when Hero threw it to him. P.J. Washington.
Grant Williams got to elevate his game. P.J. Washington, he's come to play. He said, you may be player of the year, baby, but I'm taking my team to the finals. Now you answer.
Higgins with a foul. P.J. Washington playing like a man who only played 6 minutes in the first half.
Yeah, he is really active. Right out of the gate, we saw him come out very aggressive. He wants the rock. He said, get me the rock inside. I got the player of the year on me. That's Jam City. Drop step right to the goal. Good baseline drive. That's a baseline beauty.
Grant Williams with 2 fouls. Wasn't interested, it appeared, in picking up his third. There's that foul line extended jumper for Bone.
Yeah, that's what Jimmy Dykes was talking about. That little curl move they ran to get him to the elbow and knock that baby down. I love those B&B guys, Bones and Bowden. See Boyer, man. Grant Williams, I can see his concentration, his focus.
Keldon Johnson finger roll, no good. Scramble for the rebound. Travis went down to get it. Try to call timeout, but he didn't get it. And it'll it'll be a possession arrow, Tennessee.
Tell you one thing, you talk about this being a game of Goliaths. You can see the way they're playing with such emotion, intensity, passion. The coaches feel it, the players feel it, the fans feel it. My, if you can't get excited about this, Mr. Ravage, wow.
I'm excited. That guy, Reed Travis, excited too. He came here for two reasons: to play in a Final Four
and to win,
and to get home to Minneapolis, which is where the Final Four is and where he and his family are from. Yeah, he'd love to win it all, but boy, would he love to be on Kentucky's Final Four team back at home in Minnesota.
They'll have a chance, man. They'll have a chance.
15 on the shot clock.
You got to really execute with your screens and all the way these teams are defending.
They double Schofield. He hits the jumper and no good.
He didn't really have a good look there.
Lamonte Turner, but John Fulkerson's there.
What a look they got from Fulkerson off the bench.
Heroes open, three goes.
He says, you get two, we'll get three. Hero wants to be the hero. Man, this is special.
Wild pace.
But it's really being executed so well. That's the thing that makes it special, Carl. These guys setting unbelievable screens.
Turner, good dish. Fulkerson, he'll go to the free throw line, and that's P.J. Washington's third foul.
That was big.
Big foul, high level energy and execution inside Bridgestone. P.J. elevates above everybody on one end. And then to your point, Fulkerson on the other.
Fulkerson says, I can get up too. He gets the ball inside. There it is. Jam City on the offensive rebound. And then Mr. Hero says, I like this better. Nothing but nylon. Shooting the trifecta, baby.
Celtics Sixers, Wednesday on ESPN. Presented by State Farm.
If you've been holding your breath until the return of soft pretzel crust pizza, breathe, baby. It's back. Little Caesars large soft pretzel crust pizza with creamy cheddar cheese sauce, mozzarella, pepperoni, and a delicious 4-cheese blend for just $6. Try our convenient app and Pizza Portal pickup.
Pizza.
We need a better Mom? Network.
Ooh, that is a bad one.
Where did I go?
Ooh, that's not good.
Don't worry. With Boost, you get a super reliable, super fast nationwide network. Really?
Yeah, plus 4 lines, each with unlimited gigs for $100 a month.
Time for a switch? Oh, I'm back.
No more resting glitch face.
How's this face? Switch to Boost and get 4 lines, each with unlimited gigs for $100 a month. Plus, get 4 free LG Stylo 4 phones. All on Boost's super reliable, super fast nationwide network.
Hey, I just wanted to...
Hey, there he is.
Are you looking at the results of yesterday's Constant Contact email? We were supposed to watch that together. I'm sorry. I can't even look at you.
Constant Contact email marketing. Powerful stuff.
Spending your days playing while still getting a check plan. Let us help with your plan.
Yep, every month.
Great. Sounds like a plan. Start a plan that flexes with yours. New York Life.
The all-wheel drive lock mode on the Telluride helps ensure maximum grip to all 4 tires. Much like a bull, planting its hooves firmly into the earth, right before it gives you that look that says, run.
Order any pizza and a 2-liter online or with our mobile app and get the 2-liter free from Little Caesars. Just confirm your final order, enter the promo code FREE2L, pay, then pick up your favorite large pizza and free Pepsi 2-liter.
Pizza.
This is going to be a lot of fun.
Look at these kids. Jubilation.
The biggest night of Champ Week begins tonight at 6 on ESPN.
It all comes down to this here in Nashville as we're trying to figure out who will face off against Auburn in the final tomorrow. That game at 1 p.m. on ESPN. Tennessee, they are up by a point, and from their huddle just now, the emphasis was all about P.J. Washington. He did just pick up his 3rd foul. Rick Barnes saying, make P.J. Washington guard. He repeated it 3 or 4 times, also telling his guys, do everything possible. If there's a loose ball, you've got to make a play on those balls.
Yeah, you want to get those 50-50 balls. Could be a difference in a game like this that looks like it could go to the wire. You know, you saw that Pac-12 has right there Oregon and Washington. If Oregon was to win that, they're going to steal a big.
That'd be a bubble problem.
Yeah, one of the bubble teams could stop taking a bubble bath, then it's over and be alive.
P.J. Washington not going to play defense for a while. He's on the bench with that third foul. Came out playing obsessed in that second half.
Higgins got a little knock in the head there.
It's like they called that foul on Lamonte Turner. 2-point game. Tennessee on top 45-43. Schofield 15, Bowen 10. Hero leads the way for Kentucky with tennis. Higgins missed a layup.
He did everything right except score.
He's had that happen to him a few times. Turner. Hero went after it, and that allowed Kentucky to come up with it. Here comes E.J. Montgomery, and the foul!
I love him, Paul. I love this kid's potential. He is truly defined by potential. He's got a body that you can't underestimate. Just really, he was a big-time high school player.
Big-time, five-star guy.
Yeah.
He was the guy that came into this class as the most highly touted of all the freshmen. It was E.J. Montgomery. But think about the progress that P.J. Washington has made. E.J. Montgomery as a freshman has that ability to become that guy with even more height.
You know, you beat me to the punch. I was going to say that, but you beat me to the punch. I mean, wow, you're my guy. Oh, now you're right, 100%. I couldn't agree more. You know, something else I'm going to say when Laura talks about the situation, Auburn waiting. Yeah. These teams better realize this is not the championship. They better realize whoever wins this game, they're going to have a battle on their hands with Auburn the way they shoot those threes.
Schofield. Auburn would like a triple overtime game. They'd love that today. Give me a triple overtime, Kentucky, Tennessee. E.J. Montgomery. Oh, baseline jumper.
A star is born. A star is being born on the big, big stage. He just needed some PT playing time. Grant Williams is not being active, moving without the ball. He's standing too much. He's got to want the ball. And then they're playing him tough.
Schofield blocked by E.J., and we're going to get a foul. Ooh, is he playing with some emotion?
Big three right there. Oh, two was a deuce, was a deuce. There's a lot of emotion, man. A lot of emotion. The bench was jubilant as well.
A line drive, two for E.J. Montgomery, who this season has seen his minutes somewhat limited because he just hasn't quite seemed very comfortable yet. But boy, today may be that coming out game for him.
Well, also the minutes are not there because of the presence of Washington and also Travis. Yep. And that really takes that away. But that's the point I tried to say earlier, why John Calipari's a master psychologist. To convince a kid like that, you're going to play limited minutes now, but your future's bright. And for him to buy into that is special. Because let's face it, most schools he goes across, he's playing 35 minutes a night.
Nick Richards, are you kidding? Nick Richards and E.J. Montgomery bang jump shots.
Wow. When you can bring a tandem like that off the bench, that size. This guy's got to come through for them.
That's his first shot of the second half.
They've got to get him going. If they're going to win this game, Tennessee, Grant Williams has to be Grant Williams. Nice show right there. Good hedge.
Quickly. Tough shot. Follows his own shot and gets it over the front of the rim.
Did a great job in position to get that second opportunity.
Trading baskets and nothing's coming easy for either team in a classic showdown between these two.
Neither team able to get big separation. Right now, the three up on the plus side with Kentucky.
Mismatch here, Schofield and Higgins. Bowden three. Way too strong.
Kentucky can open up a little lead right here. Oh, they missed him inside. Montgomery was wide open. It was a lack of communication defensively.
Higgins to the rack, blocked by Williams, out of bounds, and will stay with Kentucky.
Terry Williams, a really solid defensive player.
How's he translate at the next level, Grant Williams?
Yeah, you know, next level is still got to go a little ways. I think that he would really be a better situation coming back to school. I really do.
Really?
I really do, because I don't think he's projected. If you looked at the draft list, he's not projected to be up there in the top 15 or 16.
Big hand for Nick Richards. He comes out. Lee Travis back in.
Then again, I feel they all should come back.
Hero had it, and he gave it to Travis. We'll have 5 seconds on the shot clock.
Tell you what John Calabrese gotten here today is play out of Montgomery and out of Richards, and that's been big with Washington in foul trouble.
Hero will launch. Rattles it in and out.
Well executed play. That ball was hit.
Bone can go one end to the other as quick as anybody. We're going to get a foul, and Bone's going to go shoot.
He's got really super quickness. He really does. He attacks off the bounce. See Grant right here gets the ball inside. Nice move. Nice reverse layup. Did a great job of post position. That's why he was player of the year. He was doing that on a regular basis. I mean, you're talking about a guy that can score, but he's got to get free and want the ball.
Bowen, a very good free throw shooter, gets the first. He's about 81%.
Hey, look at Grant Williams. Beautiful young guy.
Only 5 field goal attempts. He had 4 February 16th. Remember what a difference it was last year because his back was hurt?
Yep.
Really impacted Tennessee in the tournament and in the SEC tournament.
Well, you know, in the first game when they got beat by Kentucky up in Lexington, he was really, I just looked it up, he was 3 for 4 in that game. Yeah. Again, they limited him in terms of opportunities and shots.
He pawns back in. He's on Keldon. No, that's a foul on Reed Travis.
That was an excellent call.
Yeah.
That was an excellent call.
Right in front of Doug Schaus.
Doug Schaus did an excellent call right there. You can see the free hand. Watch the free hand right here. And watch Travis right here. Okay? They're going to play right there. Ball comes.
Reed goes to the bench. And Nick Richards back in. A lot of minutes in this game with PJ's foul trouble. He's got 3 for Nick Richards and E.J. Montgomery.
They got some staff there with Kenny Payne and Justice and Barbie. He's the orchestra leader right here with the ball. He's the orchestra leader.
Bone, how quick. Kyle Alexander, the putback, no good. Tip back in by Grant Williams, who got inside E.J. Montgomery.
See, Williams now starting to get involved. He get a little more active. There he is on the glass. He brings a rise under the people behind the bench. Throw the orange faithful.
Higgins, way off. We're going to keep it here. No, Richards gets called for the foul. Nick Richards gets whistled.
These referees have done, I think, a really good job considering the physical contact going on.
When we come back, P.J. Washington and Reed Travis re-enter the game.
That's Grant Williams working on the glass right now. There's a little tip, great fingertip tip. They need the big guy to come through.
What does help for heart failure look like? It looks like George having a busy day. George has Entresto, a heart failure medicine that helps his heart so he can keep on doing what he loves. In the largest heart failure study ever, Entresto was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. It helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto for heart failure.
That was great.
Entrust your heart to Entresto.
The beat goes on.
We need a better Mom? Network.
Ooh, that is a bad one.
Where did I go?
Ooh, that's not good.
Don't worry. With Boost, you get a super reliable, super fast nationwide network.
Really?
Yeah, plus 4 lines, each with unlimited gigs for $100 a month.
Time for a switch?
Oh, I'm back.
No more resting glitch face.
How's this face? Switch to Boost and get 4 lines, each with unlimited gigs for $100 a month. Plus, get 4 free LG Stylo 4 phones, all on Boost's super reliable, super fast nationwide network.
The game can be tough on skin. Get Triple Action Moisturizer and 48-hour protection. From full-time keeper to part-time coach. New Dove Men Plus Care Sport Care. Tough on sweat, not on skin.
A hand-breaded filet with sweet honey butter and smoky bacon. Introducing the new honey butter and bacon filet sandwich for a limited time, only at Zaxby's. And don't miss Shazam!
Shazam! Rated PG-13. Experience it in IMAX.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Principal Investments Retirement Insurance.
Welcome back, everyone. As we went to break, the foul was called on Nick Richards. And the officials then communicated with each other. There appeared to be a technical foul called on the Kentucky bench. And as a result, Jordan Bone heads to the free throw line. As you can see, Doug Shouse and John Calipari talking things over. But Bone's going to shoot the technical free throw.
2-3 free throws. It was a Class A technical call on Kentucky assistant coach.
We certainly saw that technical foul yesterday with LSU and their coach Tony Benford, who's in for the suspended Will Wade, and what an impact that had. That was a 6-point swing in that LSU game.
That was a big play. No doubt about it in the LSU game. 6 points was absolutely a nightmare.
So watch Richards underneath. He pushes Grant Williams from behind. That's where the foul was called, and that's where the bench exploded. The place is so loud, it's hard to hear the whistle.
I got to forget that now and just play. A lot of time left in the game. Just dig in defensively.
Doug Shouse right away sees something from Kyle Alexander, and he calls an offensive foul against him. And that's 4 on Kyle Alexander.
These refs are right on top of you. You're not going to get away with what Alexander did. There's no doubt about it.
As fouls continue to be called in this game, John Calipari telling his guys in that last huddle that we can't get too distracted by them, saying that we're letting frustration get the best of us. We'll see how everybody responds here.
Kyle Alexander is just fouled out of the game with 10:55 to go.
Wow. They lose him. I think they were trying to get him out, but the bottom line is you got to credit that to the IQ of Mr. Travis.
Sure.
He wanted the ball, and he took it right at him.
Why was he on the floor with 4 fouls to go and still half the second half?
It might have been a lack of communication on that bench. Usually you have an assistant coach that's letting the head coach know exactly what the situation is.
That's a huge development in this game, having Alexander foul out of this SEC semifinal.
I mean, we're talking about a guy that blocks shots, talking about a guy that can rebound for him. He's a veteran player, but he should know better, too. He's going to know he's got 4 fouls in that situation instead of getting into a battle down there in the low box. But Travis made that happen. He was aggressive down in that post. That's a big turnaround.
Sure is. Lee Travis 6 points in the game, and again, Kyle Alexander fouls out. So somebody like Derek Walker, who got into it with P.J. Washington earlier, back in the game.
Puts a lot more pressure right now in Schofield on Williams.
Sure does. Very different player. Fulkerson's played well, but he's on the bench now.
Get it into him. Too late. They had him. They had him with Washington on with 3 fouls. So you've got to attack. He's got to know Washington's got 3 fouls. Want the ball.
Schofield, the runner, no good. Walker. No. Williams, no. Washington peels it away.
Grant Williams has to know that said, he's got 3 fouls washed in. And he's going to attack them.
Higgins, alley-oop, yes, sir! P.J. Washington.
Nice play right there by Higgins, and all the big blue fans stand up and go wild. 1 minute it's the orange, then it's the blue. Wow, 1-point lead for the Cats. But he missed them. Williams is wide open. Get him the ball. Feeding the post is a lost ball.
Tough pass. He looked for him. And here comes Keldon Johnson.
Up and away. He's like a runaway thoroughbred. Yes, sir. He excels in transition. I said that earlier in the game, Carl. He is made for the next level because he likes to run, baby, run. Like those racehorses do out there in Lexington.
John Calipari wants them to go look at the monitor. After Keldon Johnson jammed that ball through, he thought he saw Admiral Schofield reach up and grab Johnston on the way by. Take a look at it, Dim. After that dunk, Keldon Johnson went back to the other side, and we'll see if Schofield grabbed him. That's what Kentucky's fired up about on the bench.
Okay, paint a picture for me.
This will be the kitchen.
Yeah, and we'd like to put a fire pit out there and a dock with a boat, maybe.
Why haven't you started building?
Well, Tyler's off to college.
And Mom's getting older.
And eventually we would like to retire.
Yeah, it's a lot, but TD Ameritrade can help you build a plan for today and tomorrow.
Great. Can you help us pour the foundation, too?
I think you want a house near the lake, not in it.
Come with a goal, leave with a plan. TD Ameritrade.
The game can be tough on skin. Get Triple Action Moisturizer and 48-hour protection. From full-time keeper to part-time coach. New Dove Men Plus Care Sport Care. Tough on sweat, not on skin.
And Doug.
What do all these people have in common, Limo? Exactly. Nothing. They're completely different people. That's why they need customized car insurance from Liberty Mutual. They'll only pay for what they need. Yes, and they could save a ton. You've done it again, Limu. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. World full of same old, lame old burgers? Well, hit reset because Wendy's made a whole new world with the new Made to Crave menu featuring the peppercorn mushroom melt, barbecue cheeseburger, and the sauce and bacon cheeseburger. Try all 3 on the new Made to Crave menu today.
Meet Jim. Devoted company man. Devoted family man. Not much time to devote to his bracket. For years, Jim's gotten trounced by his friends, who have way more free time to be super into college hoops. Jim is tournament challenged. But thanks to ESPN Tournament Challenge, it's easy for Jim to start his own bracket group with competition more befitting his status. With ESPN Tournament Challenge, Jim is the boss.
Welcome back. Keldon Johnson, the breakaway dunk. And then afterwards, there was a little contact. It did look incidental as you watch Keldon run by Admiral Schofield. In fact, 3 and white may have actually created it.
That was accidental. There's no way. You make a call there, and the officials looked at the monitor and made the right call.
No call.
That was not done with any intention. The big play, though, was Johnson.
You feel like Tennessee's reeling a little bit right now?
Yeah, I really do. With that Alexander missing him and having a difficult time. Bowen has not had a field goal here. He's got to get going, but they got to find a way to get the ball. As you look at Alexander inside to Williams.
Ravi, Rick Barnes feels like Tennessee's reeling a little bit. In that last huddle, it was about calming these guys down, reminding them there's still a lot of basketball yet to be played. You mentioned Bone there, Dickie V. He was actually one of the players in the huddle, motivating everybody and saying, we're fine, we're fine. Now, of course, they'd probably feel a little better if he would maybe hit some 3 balls, and they'd feel even more fine, right?
Absolutely. That'll make you feel really good. But they got the ball inside to Williams, and they got to get him the basketball. He's open a lot of times, in fairness to him, and they don't hit him at the right time. The best I ever saw feed the post. He's up in hoops heaven right now. I'm telling you, Pearl last year. Pearl at Syracuse was incredible with the bounce pass. He had special art to get the ball inside.
9 points, Grant Williams. Again, Kyle Alexander, the big fella for Tennessee, fouls out with 10+ minutes to go.
What a nice matchup. Boy, you talk about big-time matchup. Williams and Washington.
Keldon Johnson won't go. Reed Travis battles for it. And it's Bone who has it.
Nice little handle right there by Bone. That was a tough play to catch that ball. He had some screens for him to get him to go to the goal. Hope comes over there to find an open man. There's the screen up on top. See him utilize the screen.
Remember, P.J. Washington plays with 3 as Schofield works on Keldon Johnson. That's a goaltend on P.J. Washington.
No doubt about that.
Tennessee back on top.
They got Travis now playing Williams instead of P.J. That's a nice little move. Good footwork right there, but anybody could have made that call. And the Orange fans now jump. I get a kick watching the benches, man. Behind the benches, the fans. Their heart is in it so big.
Ashton Higgins wide open. Boy, they parted the sea there.
How did they allow him to get to the back? Nobody rotated over. The most important thing on the floor, Carl, is always the basketball. You got to rotate over, forget your man, and cut that drive off. They went there so easily. I mean, I could have made that drive, Carl. Honest, I could have. I'm 79, but I could have made it. I know you laugh.
Williams. No foul call there. Here comes Kentucky. Keldon Johnson takes it to the rack.
He loves to run, baby. He loves to run. His game is up and down the floor. Use the 94 feet. Hello, NBA.
Bone 3. Fulkerson fell. Higgins. Watch out. P.J. Washington.
Better get a TO, baby. He better get a TO. The Cats are on fire. Up and away.
Fulkerson fell to the ground, and Kentucky took advantage of it. First, it's your guy, Keldon Johnson.
Look at him run. Seals the defense so really well with his body.
And with a volunteer down on the ground and trailing the play, P.J. Washington caps off a 6-0 Wildcat run in the last 60 seconds. They lead at 63-58, 7:33 to go.
Hey, we need to conference you in now.
Alan, is that you?
You know who it is. What?
Alan.
Yeah.
Reception.
That's the noise you're making with your mouth.
You need to enunciate. I can't hear you.
I know you can hear me. You owe me.
With XT4 technology, make your escape, whatever it takes. Rise above with XT4 and the uncompromising Cadillac SUVs.
We need a better Mom. Network.
With Boost, you get a super reliable, super fast nationwide network.
Really?
Time for a switch?
Oh, I'm back.
No more resting glitch face.
Switch to Boost and get 4 lines, each with unlimited gigs for $100 a month. All on Boost's super reliable, super fast nationwide network.
At Papa John's, we've added 6 new pizzas to our handcrafted specialty menu, like the meatball and pepperoni, which means there's something for everyone. And right now, get any large specialty for just $12. So get all your friends together, or as we call them, taste buds.
Guys, how frustrating is it to find a great fitting t-shirt? It's never the right length. Standard t-shirts are one size fits all. M-Tailor custom t-shirts use 8 different measurements to give you the perfect fit. Your phone can measure you right now. M-Tailor for iOS or Android.
Hey guys, if you're experiencing erectile dysfunction, you can now get treated anywhere. Like here, 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 even here. Okay, maybe not there. That's why we built Roman. So it's easy to get ED meds prescribed online, delivered to your door. Just visit GetRoman.com, chat with a U.S. licensed physician, and you'll get FDA-approved medication delivered in discreet packaging. Roman, let's take care of it. Get started with your free online visit at GetRoman.com/TV.
Mom was diagnosed with Alzheimer's at 58 years old.
This disease just ravages a family.
It changes your life. If we work together, we can stop this epidemic. Now is the moment.
Contact Bright Focus and learn more.
Kentucky's getting their running game going, and it's starting right here behind me on the defensive glass. When they get that rebound, their first 3 steps are electric right now, and they're finishing it off and putting a lot of pressure on Tennessee's conversion defense. Calipari is one of the masters at talking about our first 3 steps in transition. And that wasn't a great push. But I watch time and time again Kentucky on the defensive glass stick. Once they get it, those horses are off and running right now and trying to wear down Tennessee. Starting to push this lead out now, up 5 with under 8 to go.
Well, they know how to fill lanes really well. And right there was the trailer. The trailer was so effective at that. P.J. Washington, good timeout by Rick Barnes. That's trying to take this momentum away from Kentucky. They need to score here.
Well, the last 2 layups that were made by Kentucky, Higgins and Washington, nobody in front of them.
Oh, nice fake.
Alante Turner got Hero in the air, and he laid it up and in. He cut that lead to 3.
Yeah, you kids out there watching, see the little ball fake? The ball fake froze the defensive player, and he got himself a layup.
Turner's a 3-point extraordinaire shooter. He hasn't attempted but 2 today, and he missed them both. These are not, unlike Auburn, who will launch 30 a game, these are not big 3-point shooting teams. And so far, Kentucky's made 5, Tennessee's made 7, but they've attempted 25, which is fewer than Auburn will in a half.
You know, 7 they made, they were all in the first half.
Yeah.
They made 7, they haven't made any here in the second half.
Every time Nick Richards goes out, Nick, he gets a big hand from Big Blue Nation.
Well, they're rotating those big guys really well. They got 4 big guys they can rotate. He's a recruiting machine. John Calipari talked about earlier. Got Keon Brooks, outstanding player from out of Indiana. Announced yesterday he will play for Kentucky.
P.J. Washington putting together a really good second half. He's up to 11 points. Remember, he played only 6 minutes in the game, 5 and change, because of foul trouble in the first half. But he's playing with 3.
And he came really right out of the gate in the second half. Very aggressive offensively. You haven't seen separation like this 5 for quite a while, man.
Admiral Schofield was a house of fire in the first half. He's cooled a little bit here, sitting there with 18 points. Turner blow by, kick to Bowden, extra pass, Schofield. Boy, they set that up beautifully, but he missed an open 3.
They did a great job reversing the basketball, moving the ball. Normally he hits that open 3 in that kind of situation.
Be careful if you're Tennessee right now, down by 5 with 6 1/4 to go.
Yeah, clock moving.
Keldon Johnson. Oh, yes, he rose up and he got the bucket.
That's got to feel good for Keldon Johnson, doing it on both ends, securing the rebound and then getting the points. There was a moment early in the second half in a timeout where Coach Cal was challenging him, saying, I'm going to need you to rebound better. If not, you're coming out of the game. That's something that Cal will do with his young players. Keldon hung his head a little bit. P.J. Washington then turned to him and said, no, you're going to have to take this challenge. Ever since then, he's been much better in this game, has made a big impact.
Tell you one thing, he does a great job driving on the left side, uses his body exceptionally well. On the left side of the court, he seems to favor that.
And he can elevate. Boy, Williams used his big body to clear some space for himself, but he missed the layup. And P.J. Washington looked like he got hit hard. Timeout on the floor. Watch Grant Williams go up right there with that elbow that got P.J. Washington.
He normally converts this. He's being played tough right here by Washington. That's no layup, baby. That's no layup.
That's just inadvertent contact, isn't it?
Yep. I'll tell you one thing. Starting to get a little bit away from Tennessee.
Largest lead of the game for Kentucky, 67-60.
Rick, not happy with that right there. We was trying to explain what he did.
But what he did was clear all that space. Look at Grant Williams and his 6'7", 240-pound frame. But then he missed the layup.
Well, the loser of this game for sure is going to the second line. There's no doubt about that. For the second line, to keep any chance of getting on the first line on Selection Sunday tomorrow, you've got to win this basketball game and then
move it forward. We talk about 1 and 2 lines, and then in the end, it really is your path to the Final Four. Give me what you think about these two teams and their chances to win and why you like them.
Well, you got to like both clubs. I mean, these are two-headed alliance. The only little advantage, usually, obviously, you can have an easy game in the first round if you're a first #1 seed. Second round might be a little easier than if you were in the second round, second line. But the bottom line is you got to win 6 games. You still got to win 6 games. You got to go out there and play. And these teams are capable. There aren't many teams capable of winning 6. These two are.
Call it a straight basketball move, so there's, after review, nothing to call beyond that. You like point guards, you like big men, you like experience. What do you like? Talent, obviously. What do you like in a tournament?
Well, you got to certainly got a good point guard play. Got some guys make threes. And you got a veteran club here in Tennessee. And you got a club there with really the experience of getting Travis was a major plus for Kentucky.
Sure.
And I like the fact they got 4 big guys they can rotate.
One of the big differences in this game may be Richards and Montgomery
coming off the bench
versus the guys who are coming off the bench for Tennessee with Alexander out.
And also Alexander fouled out with 10:55 in the game.
Right.
I mean, I really believe there was a mix-up on the sideline. Somebody should have indicated to Rick Barnes the situation. He would have got him out of the game.
You mentioned how Ashton Hagen's doing a good job finding the open man. He's got 11 assists in this game.
I was going to tell you that, Carl. He has really played an excellent floor game.
Tennessee has only 10 assists. 5 on the shot clock for Keldon Johnston as he drives. Kicks it, PJ. No, offensive foul before the shot.
Yeah, wave that off. There was contact on the inside. Here comes the charge right there. He's certainly outside the cylinder.
Grant Williams knocked his head on the floor.
Now you're Tennessee, man. You got to make something happen. They've been coming up empty with each possession. You're a veteran basketball team. Got to go to your strengths right now.
Foul underneath. Quick one called on Reed Travis. Calipari's hands extended.
He said, what? What's the foul? Oh, I can't believe it. Look at the smile on his face.
Both Barnes and Calipari joking with each other.
Calipari's laughs a little better than Rick's because he looks at the board. We're up 7, baby. We're up 7. We're up a touchdown. Good free throw shooter right here. Oh, wow. The jinx. This kid's one of the premier free throw shooters for big players in America.
Yeah, Grant Williams at the free throw line. An 84% free throw shooter. A rare miss on the first one. He knocks down the second one, and they stay within 6.
Kentucky's done a better job defending the 3. They have not made a 3 here in this half. Tennessee after 7 in the first half. That's making adjustments.
Wow, tough call on Admiral Schofield. And they're calling it real tight now all of a sudden.
Could be decided on the free throw line. The charity stripe can be big. As you said, both clubs can shoot it. Rick certainly right now getting a little concerned. Rob Lanier gets up, does a good job as an associate head coach.
Ashton Hagens had such a great game when they played in Athens against Georgia. Hagens, of course, from Cartersville, Georgia. They didn't have a game like this, though, with regards to assists. The 11 are a career high.
He's had a solid game here. Really solid. He's growing, man. He's getting better and better at that point guard slot.
Leads 7, and here he is pestering the ball with Bone.
That's his strength, really. Strength is handling the basketball, attacking, and defending. Let's see if they got in their money now when they're talking about Schofield and Williams.
Schofield launches from the corner. He's been off in the second half. Loose ball on the floor. Possession arrow. No, kick. It'll stay with Tennessee. They call it kickball.
Tell you one thing, Schofield really couldn't miss in that first half. Right now, struggling shooting the ball. They need one of those threes to go down big time. Down to winning time, 7 down. Tennessee, Kentucky. Who will advance to the final? Playing against Auburn. And they better be ready for Auburn. Firing threes, because whoever wins this game, that's not Cupcake City. They better not think that the championship was played right here.
Schofield 2 of 9 in the second half. And they're going to get Keldon Johnson with a hold. And the referees have taken over this game.
And Keldon goes, Coach, I didn't do anything, Coach. Look, Coach, I didn't do anything. He's holding me.
All it takes is a little bit of appeal. Calipari considers this a success. He pumped his fist because they're going to get the officials to go look at it.
Are we going to start this march now? Are we going to start this march and ruin the rhythm of a great game and every little call? I mean, I could understand if you're deciding whether or not the guy's foot's on the 3, but every little call now, I always said it becomes a crutch.
You stick a carrot in front of a bunny and you keep doing it, they're going to keep doing it. As soon as Keldon got called here, he's saying, look, he hooked and held me. Watch him right away. That's where he goes. And that's an automatic review, especially when a coach gets involved. The call is going to stand on Keldon Johnson in spite of his protestations. What it does do is give the teams extra time out to talk things over.
Yeah, a little rest right there. Tennessee's got starting to be a little bit more effective offensively. Really have struggled here in the last 7-8 minutes.
Yeah, and you're not going to blame it on playing too much. They played last night, but these guys both got double buys. Their first game was yesterday as Bowden, a rare miss from the free throw line. He's an 87% free throw shooter, so they've cost themselves some points with missed free throws.
Williams and Bowden, both terrific free throw shooters.
5 missed free throws.
2-possession game. I like P.J. Washington's aggressiveness here in the second half. On a little zone. On a little zone. First time we've seen that here in this game by Tennessee.
P.J. Washington got double teamed on the baseline. Push on Admiral Schofield as Reed Travis had that offensive rebound.
The rhythm of the game has been taken away with the fouls. Now the flow of the game is not like it was earlier in this game.
Reed Travis, the grad transfer from Stanford, who was met in a supermarket by a grandmother in Lexington who thanked him for coming. That was the first time that happened to him in a basketball uniform. Didn't happen with him at Stanford.
That didn't happen in Palo Alto?
Didn't happen in Palo Alto.
I tell you, these guys are like heroes in that city of Lexington.
He's a fascinating character to talk to, Reed Travis.
They got to pick it up now. They got to start getting efficient, get some good looks, get some movement, player movement, ball movement.
Grant Williams making one-on-one. Push Travis out of the way. Oh! One official was going to call an offensive foul. The second said block.
The first guy was ready to call offense. I mean, he was ready. And the second guy said, no, block. And he gave in to the first guy. Wow. Judge fans didn't like it. I tell you, this is starting to get a little wild. Coaches getting carried away on the sidelines. I don't blame them. I'd be going ballistic. See, that zone helped a little bit. 2 points, clock doesn't move. It's only a big plus for Tennessee. As the clock now is going to start becoming a factor as well. It's under 4 minutes. As zoning, Hero could step in the gap and get an open 3.
Good hands by Tennessee. They steal it. Tough inside pass there, and P.J. Washington couldn't control it. Nice turnover.
Grant Williams likes to get the ball at the high post here and use that spin move, and he goes to the goal.
Lamonte Turner
Not
misses.
even close.
Way off on that three. Hasn't made any.
Not even close. He shot it too quick. He was not really in position to shoot there.
Hero calling for it. Caught in the air, but a pass to Keldon Johnson. Contact and a foul. Keldon Johnson.
Doesn't he like that left side? You see that? There's another example. I'll guarantee you if you chart and evaluate Keldon Johnson, his driving scores have all been on the left side of the floor. Protects the ball exceptionally well. Has that first step. Boy, they are emotional. Oh, look at that. Look at the emotion. Oh, baby. They are emotional. There's no question about it. Now watch this. There's the left side of the floor. Splits the defense. He does a great job of great balance. Years ago, Grant Hill did a great job with that kind of a drive.
Want to try out my time machine? It runs on Doritos.
Okay.
Yes!
This is the greatest moment of my life! Out of my yard!
Jimmy, you're so old.
I'm Captain Obvious, and Hotels.com rewards me basically everywhere. So why am I sliding into this ski lodge with my mini horse? Because Hotels.com lets me do me. Sorry, the cold makes him a little hoarse. Hotels.com. You do you and get rewarded.
If you've been holding your breath until the return of soft pretzel crust pizza, breathe, baby. It's back. Little Caesars large soft pretzel crust pizza with creamy cheddar cheese sauce, mozzarella, pepperoni, and a delicious 4-cheese blend for just $6. Try our convenient app and Pizza Portal pickup.
Pizza, pizza. This is your invitation to be our guest. This is the invitation to Lexus sales event with generous offers now through March 31st. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Ah, the old crew. Remember when we all used to go to the cafeteria and just chow down midday?
You mean like lunch?
Come on. Voted most likely to help people save $668 when they switch?
At this school?
Didn't you get caught in the laminating machine?
Box, have a great summer, Danielle. Oh, Danielle, control yourself.
I'd like to slow it down here with a special discount for a special girl. Danielle, this one's for you.
We get PJ to be able to play 18 minutes. He played 6 minutes. I mean, it's hard for us. And when he's out, you're all freshmen.
They're not all freshmen because Reed Travis is there, but PJ has turned it around in the second half.
Yeah, he really became more aggressive, wanted the ball. Obviously, Coach Calipari got a hold of him. There he is running in transition. I think when I look at the key for when you look at Tennessee, they're 0 for 8 shooting the 3 here in the second half. Made 7 in the first half.
Now for your need to know, it's brought to you by Principal. 12 points, 10 of them coming in the second half. He is 3 of 4. Your point's well taken, though. Tennessee doesn't live and die by the 3, but it is certainly a part of their game, and they haven't made any of them in the second half.
Tourney is 0 for 14 shooting the 3 against Kentucky this year. 0 for 14. He's struggled against the Cats. Bowen has not scored here in the second half. Put too much pressure on their big guys. Those guys got to make some shots.
The Killer Bees, who were so exciting in the first half. You're all over them.
I'll tell you one thing. Johnson, man, he is some driver to the goal. He slashes really well. I mean, this is a strong Tennessee team, man, no doubt.
Be careful. Largest lead of the night. We're under 3 to go. It's 8 points for Kentucky.
This game's not over here, no doubt about it. He should have the ball right there. He should have the ball a little sooner.
Gets it there, and he gets fouled.
You know what I'm talking about, Carl? You see how he's locking inside, wide base. He had his hand out. He's got to wait. Got to drop it in, man. Drop it in.
PJ, that's his 4th foul.
Now watch this right here. See, right now he's got to get the ball. Right it to him. Come on, drop it in there. Guy's sitting down in the post, man.
Need to convert the free throws. He makes the first. One more foul, PJ will be out of the game.
Well, this game's not over, man. This game is not over. They need one of the big threes to go down for them, Tennessee, like they did in the first half.
Grant Williams also playing with 4 fouls for Tennessee.
Now here they go, a little full court pressure coming out of his zone.
Harrell walked with it. He caught it and traveled with it.
He looked in. There's no doubt about that call. No doubt about that call. Now you got to take advantage. You get an opportunity like this, you take a possession away from Kentucky, and now you've got to take advantage and get a score here.
Tough catch right up against that sideline. He tried to put the brakes on, and he walked. 10 turnovers for Kentucky.
The perimeter guys, I think, from right up to now, Tennessee are playing passively. They're not playing an attacking style like they did in the first half of this game.
Travis on Williams inside, and a bucket for Grant Williams, the player of the year in the conference.
That's why he's player of the year 2 years in a row. He wants the ball at crunch time, but his people got to help him and get him the ball. He knows what to do with it when he gets it in deep.
Reed Travis fouls out.
This could be big if it goes overtime. You think about Travis out, Washington with 4.
Williams with 4. Alexander already out.
This is what you expect out of great players, though, Carl. To make big plays when your team needs it. We saw that, for example, with Zion. I mean, they beat a really good North Carolina team. I would have no problem if the Tar Heels were on that first line. I mean, they beat Duke twice, and they lose by 1 point with Zion having a monster game. But this is what you expect out of stars, the All-Americans. Come up big. And he's an All-American right there on the line.
17 points now for Grant Williams, and we're back to a 3-point game.
Yeah, one possession game right now. Here comes that full court pressure. I think this is smart. This is more, gets him play a little more aggressive. I think they're passing, playing the zone. You know, Kentucky's not a great three-point shooting team, but it gets you a passive mental mode.
Cutting P.J. Washington. Yes, off the window, he gets it to go.
Nice play by Higgins, getting the ball at the right time, and P.J. finishing it off. Nice movement without the ball.
14 in the game for P.J., 12 in the second half. Schofield 3, needed it and got it. It's a 1-point game.
Oh, Schofield finds the first 3 they made here.
2-point game, I should say, 74-72.
First 3 they made in the second half, and that was a big one. Again, another star player stepping up.
Hands from Turner. Stepped out of bounds, Tennessee basketball.
Oh, Rick Barnes now a little fired up. Look at the clap and cheering. What an effort. We're going to let it stay. Who's going to play in the final? Who's going to be at Auburn? Will it be Kentucky? Will it be Tennessee? Who's going to be alive for a chance for a #1 seed? Will it be the orange? Will it be the blue? What do you think, Carl Ravitch?
I think it feels like there's about 4 seconds left when there's really 1:42.
I know.
Plenty of time here.
Lots of time.
An 8-2 run for the Volunteers.
Williams, my choice right now. Williams got to get the ball. Williams.
Oh, there he is.
Williams.
You called it a 3 for Grant Williams. Tennessee on top.
Well, that bench is exploding, that Tennessee bench. They are exploding. Star being coming and showing America, I want the big stage because I am an S-T-A-R, star.
20 points for Grant Williams. He has taken over. They have gotten him the ball. Schofield knocked down their first 3 of the second half with that shot. And then Williams, who has scored 17 of those 20 here in the second half, gives the Volunteers the lead. You've got to love it when your best players play their biggest moments at this time of the game.
That's what you expect, though, Carl. You really do. They love this. Why they're separate from the other kids. There are a lot of good players, but there's only a handful of great players. Remember, if this game goes to overtime, you got to give a slight edge, I would think, to Tennessee. With Travis out of the game and Washington with 4 fouls.
And Grant Williams with 4 fouls. That next whistle for either Washington or Williams would be enormous, especially if it happens soon.
You're right. That balances out what I had said earlier between Williams and Washington. I still think Travis also gives the edge.
Full court pressure has caused some problems for Kentucky.
Yeah, I was going to tell you. There's no doubt about it. It's picked up the pace. It's got them in a better flow, a better mental state. They were a little passive there.
Trying to get PJ on the block with Grant on him. Again, 4 fouls for each. No whistle, no good. Followed by P.J. Washington, Kentucky back on top.
What a great play by Washington. Tremendous second effort. They couldn't really block out.
with Washington on him.
He wants that ball inside.
Schofield.
Ooh, that was a long three.
Williams working. He called timeout. Tennessee gets timeout with 38 and a half to go. Down 1.
That was a Moses Malone kind of rebound. I mean, he went and snatched that baby. He wanted it. Utilized his whole body to get that rebound. What a big, big rebound.
Less than a minute to go in a huge game. Stay with us.
The secret to relaxation? No, not this. This Canada Dry Ginger Ale. Join me on a journey of the mind, the soul, and real ginger taste. Relax. So, are you ready for the journey, Elizabeth?
How did you get in here anyway?
I've been living in the attic with a family of owls. Relax with the real ginger taste of Canada Dry.
Well, for a long time, P.J. Washington and Grant Williams were battling for Player of the Year. And down the stretch, watch P.J. go up and get his own rebound here.
What an effort. What a tremendous second effort right there by P.J.
He's been dynamite in the second half. You mentioned Moses Malone.
Look at this rebound. I mean, that's a Moses. You just don't get rebounds in your area. You go across the lane. I mean, Moses Malone used to rebound like you could not believe.
That was the last timeout Tennessee has. Kentucky still has a couple left, so Tennessee cannot stop the clock again.
But, you know, obviously right now their first option's got to be the ball going to Williams. And using his driving ability, he likes to catch the ball in that 3-second area and then drop step. He uses the drop step as well as any big guy playing on the collegiate level. He's ready to use Travis now on the inside, his physical presence. Kentucky matching up really well defensively right here. And he's in bounds. Now look right there.
They got it to him with a 10-second difference between game and shot. Schofield. Turner 3. Yes, sir! Lamonte Turner, his first 3 of the game.
First 3 against Kentucky all year. He was off for 14. Made that 3. What a big one right there by Turner.
2-point game.
Now here's a Washington wants the ball. He wants the ball.
Drives hard, no good. Follow, no!
He had the foul in his hand.
And he got a foul on Ashton Hagans on the floor. P.J. Washington had 2 chances at it.
He was right there, P.J. Washington. What intensity and emotion here. My. You saw it last night with the Tar Heels and the Dukies, and you're seeing it here. The Goliaths really coming to play. Giving people, man, their money's worth.
Lamonte Turner, an excellent 3-point shooter.
0 for 14. Can you believe that? 2 touchdowns, baby. Didn't make the 3 against Kentucky, and he strikes the biggest.
Bone hasn't missed a free throw today, and he is able to coerce that one in. The lead is 3. And Kentucky will call a timeout.
They want to freeze him right here. He makes this. There could be a lot of celebration in Knoxville.
Lamonte Turner this season has made 84 threes. He's a 40% 3-point shooter. The numbers against Kentucky just didn't make much sense. But their defense certainly had something to do with it.
Well, you think about this. They've each 1-on-1 against each other. Not much separates these 2 teams. And there it is. They fouled Turner big time, right on top of the circle. Nothing but nylon celebration beginning in Knoxville. But it's not over yet. Not over yet with 10.9 ticks on the clock. You never know what might happen. I'll tell you, March is magical. It really is.
So good.
It is magical. There is no sporting event that captivates the nation for a 3-week period like college basketball. Grandpa, I had a woman come up to me yesterday at brunch. She's an older woman, my age. She says, I don't like basketball. I really don't. She said, but I get so excited with March Madness. I get a sweatshirt. I cheer for a certain team. And that's what happens. People that don't follow it all year climb aboard the Express, the Hoops Hysteria Express.
Great graphic there that showed that the Tennessee Volunteers, after trailing by 8, had scored on every possession since. Their execution has been terrific. 6 straight possessions with a point, and Schofield with that extra pass there to Turner was a big, big play.
Yeah, you know, JD feeding us all those stats, and that's so true because they went through a whole segment there where they weren't efficient, and then all of a sudden it was a different team. A light bulb went on or something. They just became, wow, nothing like the 3 ball go forward. They're 0 for 8, and all of a sudden Schofield makes 1, and then Turner makes 1. This is a big free throw right here.
Huge free throw. 5 of 5 in the game is Jordan Bone.
You don't want to foul here. You don't want to foul. Put pressure, make him take some time off the clock, but you don't want to foul.
Hagan's driving, getting it to go, and they will call a timeout.
Terrific play right there by Higgins. I love him.
With 4 seconds to go, this has been a terrific season series. The 2 games haven't been nearly as competitive as this game. And boy, does that say something. We talked about that veteran team that Tennessee has. That's what you saw down the stretch.
Yeah, the veteran team, the experience came up big. And I think the catalyst was really the wanting of the basketball by Williams. That rebound, offensive rebound, to give a second possession was really terrific, was big. I'm going to tell you, it is just exciting to be here.
Not sure those rebounds happened if that guy hadn't fouled out Reed Travis. That was his 5th. Game really changed once he went to the bench.
He really did. No question, Schofield with the big 3. And then Grant Williams with a 3. And then the finishing touch, Mr. Turner. Williams, Schofield, Turner sounds like a law office. Oh, wow. They could be any office they want down in Knoxville.
Good free throw shooters on the floor for Tennessee. Williams will inbound. They get a big body, E.J. Montgomery in front of him.
Tell you one thing, if this Kentucky team comes up short, people better really keep an eye on the tournament. Now, will they, if they go to the 2 line, will they put them in Louisville? That's the key. If they would put them, because I think they're going to put Tennessee, if they win this game or win the tournament, they look like they could go to Louisville.
1.6 came off the clock on that inbounds.
You know, it's really amazing at this time of the year. Mr. Kipling, the word if becomes so big. If this, if that, if maybe, if they win, if they lose.
Got to make the free throw. Give him a 3-point cushion. Jordan Bone's the nails here down the stretch.
He makes them. He's got tremendous confidence.
Makes this one, the game is be over, and Tennessee will move on to play Auburn in the SEC tournament final tomorrow.
And if the game is anything like the one I had at Auburn, we're in for a real treat.
That's it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's been a great year for Kentucky, though. They don't have to hang their head down. They're going to certainly just get ready now for the postseason.
No foul there, and that's it. The Volunteers rally and win it 82-78. What a comeback.
A lot of respect from those 2 coaches, I can tell you that. Doc Gillespie and Rick Barnes have a lot of respect. In fact, Rick was telling me before the game, he says, I don't think Kentucky's got the publicity that they deserve about their team. I think they got quite a bit of publicity.
It's a big game-changing victory as far as teams and brackets and NCAA tournaments and 1 seeds and 2 seeds. They come back and finish on an 18-6 run, 18-6 in the last 2 minutes and 58 seconds.
And what turned it around was 0 for 8 shooting 3s, and then all of a sudden Schofield, Williams, and Turner. 3 threes changed the whole complexion for Tennessee. What a terrific afternoon. Time to go eat, time to enjoy it, get back here tomorrow. And then I get that selection show. We'll be talking about teams with 15 and 16 losses off the bubble, and the only bubble they should have is a bubble back.
I hear you. You're going to watch that Duke-Florida State game tonight. I know you will.
You have the athletes of Florida State. The last time they played, it came down to a dramatic shot by Reddish to beat. Leonard Helmans has done a great job with the program down there.
Well, this team's as close as any in the country. Schofield, Williams, and Turner. They're the 3 3-point shooters with Laura.
These guys had 3 huge threes down the stretch in this game. We'll get to yours, but let's start with you because it was your only made 3 of the game, Lamonte, and it comes as seconds are winding down. What gave you the ability to do that in that moment?
I'm a big
shot maker. You know, I've been struggling offensively, making shots, making threes. My team never stopped believing in me. Admiral could have shot that shot. He gave it to me, you know. I was able to make the shot, man. So it feels good.
Admiral, you were just motioning to the crowd. The atmosphere was crazy in here. The pace was wild. How did you guys know that you would be able to pull this out in the end?
Well, we're a tough team. I told them during the timeout, you know, a lot of people don't want us here. You know, we're tough enough to be in this moment, and this is what we've been working for. So why shy away now? And you know what? That's big time by him. All year, big time defense all game, and God is great. God is great. God is great.
Grant, big time by you as well. When you needed it and when your team needed it, you were able to dial in and really make your impact on this game. How did the conversations in the huddle and the complexion of the game allow you to do that?
Man, they kept giving me confidence. They said shots would fall. I've been struggling the past couple games, but I know that these guys have my back, and I trusted them. And I told them, take the shot. I'm going to go get it if you miss it, take the shot. And he took it. We got it again. We took it, and he made it. Trust me, this is the best team in the country. I have faith in all my brothers. Oh, yeah. I love these guys, man.
Levante, you just said you had one more thing to say. I'll let you say it.
I want to get a glory to God. You know, without him, none of this would be possible. You know, we're a big team on faith. We got to get all the glory to God, man. We won't be here without him. Hey, and one more thing. Please send your prayers for Tony White. Tony White, Tom Henderson, the people in Auburn right now that are struggling because of the hurricane disaster, just send their prayers out to them because, honestly, God, we're here because of the Lord. Blessings, man. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. We'll see you tomorrow in the finals. Ravi.
Laura, thank you. Grant Williams ends up with 20 points, 7 rebounds, and this place now all orange is going crazy. What these two, Williams and Schofield, have meant to Knoxville and Tennessee basketball, Dick, over the last few years, you've seen this growing and growing and growing.
Well, two tremendous guys, too, that represent the school in such a positive way, academically, athletically, personality-wise. They were talking about Tony White, former great player, battling cancer. Our prayers are with you, Tony. But really a terrific win over a great basketball team in Kentucky. I mean, they didn't just beat an average team here. They beat an outstanding team.
What the impact will be on Selection Sunday remains to be seen. They still have a big game to play tomorrow against those Auburn Tigers, as Admiral Schofield spent some time signing an autograph to a young volunteer fan. Well, the three-point game for Auburn won them their game against Florida, and it was the 3 threes down the stretch that won this game for Tennessee.
Absolutely, the three by certainly Williams, Schofield, and Turner. They were so big because they had come up empty, were 0 for 8. Nothing like the three ball. Carl, it's been a lot of fun with you, buddy. Laura, really enjoyed it.
Dick, it's been a pleasure. Look forward to tomorrow in the championship game. Enjoy that ACC final tonight, the Big 12 final as well. And the three-pointers, the difference for the Volunteers and Rick Barnes. They got a chance to win an SEC tournament title tomorrow. Want to also thank Jimmy Dykes for his work during our telecast and all season long with our Super Tuesday coverage. For Laura Rutledge, Dick Vitale, Jimmy Dykes, Derek Mobley, and Scott Matthews in the truck, I'm Carl Ravitch. Thanks for watching. 82-78 the final. College Game Day presented by State Farm is next.